Solo.
And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. Wanted to check the mic real quick before I started blabbering. Hold on one sec. Ugh. All right, I had to get the one ring to rule them all around my neck. That's my wedding ring because it goes around my neck. That's where it goes, people. Do you have a problem with that? I don't know. Maybe my wife used to, and she got used to it. So here we go. David Coleman. Hi, Greg. Looking forward to this. How was your game weekend in February? Did you survive Nemesis? I did. And my friend Rich made the cardinal mistake of trying to let somebody else on the escape pod, and he'll never do that again. So I'm going to get that on the channel this month for sure. I'm super excited, man. Really digging it. Mike Owens, love myself some Zeds. Looking forward to this. Hello, Mike Saget. Well, I guess I somehow randomly showed up exactly on time. And Green Marth, Twister? Yeah, dude. I didn't make that. And it was a free gift, and I kind of like it because it's quirky, and I've been told I'm a little quirky, so it kind of works. But yeah, maybe one day we'll do a solo playthrough of Twister. Just to make it make some sense. But yeah, that was made for me by Montcalm GEM. He has some things in the works, so you might see more of him related to the channel. And again, I'm really appreciative for the work he put in to make me a cool little intro, because I was using a sound before. I don't know if you remember this. And actually in the live streams, I don't think I was using anything, but on my recorded videos, I had a sound that I kept getting flagged for copyright infringement, and it was definitely not copyright infringement, and it was super annoying. So this has been awesome, and I really appreciate, again, Montcalm for that. But here we are. We are in Farmingdale. Ever since I started watching The Last of Us with Mrs. Playthroughs, no spoilers there, please. Unbelievable. Like, I love that show, and I was like, I've been really itching to play some Throne of the Zeds and revisit Farmingdale. Saget, so Patreon challenge, Twister or Apples to Apples? You pick Twister. Not even close. I mean, I guess it depends who I'm playing Twister with, right? So, and yeah, I'll leave that alone. I'm really hot, man. I just got out of the shower, and that's why I was like a couple minutes late, so sorry about that. But I spent this morning doing a bunch of stuff around the house related to the construction. Let's get this heat down, because I'm sweating, but I smell good. But that will change if I keep on sweating. We're doing the epic solo challenge for Dawn of the Zeds. For those of you who don't know, last time I was here, I got to the very last card, and there's a lot of cards in a epic solo challenge. And woof, that last card came off, and probably about 3 of these 7 I would have won. That did not happen. Maybe 5 or 6 of these 7 I would have won, to be totally honest with you. And yeah, the endgame card did me in, and I told Herman Lutman in a comment on BGG that I blamed him, and he accepted full responsibility, and then laughed at me, because that's about what he should have done. Mike Owens, The Last of Us is so damn good. Such a brilliant show. I'm curious to see how they're going to do the end of it next week. Also, this week could be a wild episode. Yeah, no doubt. All right, I've never played the game, so don't know much about where it's all going, and I kind of like it that way. But yeah, every episode has been pretty freaking fantastic as far as I'm concerned. And whenever I can get Mrs. Playthroughs to watch a kind of that not horror, but like, you know, kind of a weird kind of show like Last of Us, like apocalyptic, whatever, that's always a good thing for me. Getting Mrs. Playthroughs to watch the TV shows that I like is not always easy. Getting her to play the games that I like is not always easy. So I'm always happy when our two worlds can diverge in that sense. So not diverge, converge, the opposite of diverge. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this thing set up. So we're going to do the late research cards. These are really random, and a couple of them are freaking brutal. So I do roll a die for these. We have 7 late research cards here. I'm going to take 2 more. So that's a 1er And I rolled a D step 8 for 6 cards, but that's fine. That's going to have to last. And that's 2. And then these are going to get shuffled with the 4 super weapon cards and the antidote breakthrough card as well. And I will roll a die to get these sorted as well because of how game breaking some of those cards can be. Or game changing, not really game breaking. So I rolled a 2. Let's get a D6 for the rest of this. Uno. That's 1 in Spanish. Look at me being bilingual. That's a 4. That's not a thing I can use. That's a 1. 3 cards left. So 1, 2. 2 cards left. 2 and this. So these are our late research cards in a epic solo game. Where are the setup rules? Where are the setup rules? Here they are. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the early research cards on top. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. These will go here. So research deck is set. Remember the first research, all we need is a 3, 4, 5, or 6. And if Professor G graces us with their presence, we will only need a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. The event deck and the fate deck are going to have to go up here. So they'll be off camera, but I assure you, no shenanigans. I do not hire anybody to set the deck for me outside of your view. Mike Owens, oh man, you're in for a treat. It's one of my all-time favorite games. Saget, in terms of narrative and emotional investment, it would be hard to beat those games. First is probably preferred, but the second is also incredible. Mike Owens says, I like the second more as a game, but I think the story was maybe slightly better in the first. Mike Owens, you really can't go wrong with either, though. David Coleman, you get me excited for your Nemesis content. I have been painting the minis this winter. Yeah, I got the sun-dropped version. So I didn't get Lockdown yet. I don't know. I know I did just announce the 3rd installment. I'm actually just in contact with Awakened Realms for the first time, so we'll see about what that might lead to in the future of the channel. But I'm trying to get them to send me the Medic expansion at minimum, because that thing is a bananas expensive on the secondary market. But yeah, I'm really a fan of Nemesis. Again, I picked up the Sundrop version. I have Void Cedars and Aftermath and the base game for the first round. So I don't have anything from the Lockdown Kickstarter. And again, the third one I think is not hitting Kickstarter until the 4th quarter of this year, but they did just announce it. So we'll see where that goes. So the Fate deck is up here, and we have to set our event deck. I've had a lot of trouble getting this to all fit on the screen today, so bear with me as I kind of make some minor adjustments. So, what is going to be our fate deck? Our event deck, not the fate deck. The event deck, we're going to have 1 end card. I'm not going to worry about rolling a die, so that's going to be on the bottom. Yes. Oui. All right, that's going to go there. I don't know why I did that, but don't worry about it. All right, we're going to have 5 what are they called? What's that exclamation point? Special, no. What are they called? Not super events. They're called a thing. This is what happens when I don't have time to actually, play through a game once or twice before I get on the channel. These are the super event. No. There's the regular events, and then the exclamation point. I'm going to need to know what this is called because I'm losing my mind. Event card? I know it's an event card. Special event? Maybe a special event. I assume it's a special event because, oh, wait, here we go. Yeah, special events. So these are standard events and special events. Sorry about that. So we're getting 5 standard events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're getting all 3 of the special events, and we're just going to shuffle these together. Again, I'm not going to worry about rolling a die for this. Sagitt says just in contact. Who is that guy? Green Marth. They just announced a new Nemesis standalone expansion Kickstarter 2. Yep, figured I might jump in on that. Not sure yet. My friend might not enjoy that semi-cooperative experience. Hey, Joey. What's up, sir? Thank you for the super chat. I much appreciate it. Hey, Greg. Love this game. You brought this to my attention. I've been playing through the levels. 2 losses on level 5 so far. Better luck to you. Well, if you've watched my playthroughs, this is most likely going to end up in a loss. Coleman says, I have Lockdown 2. I will write to Awakened Realms, urging them to treat you well. Great. I appreciate it. All right. So we have these 8 cards. So these 8 cards in level the 4-star cards, they're chapter 4. The chapter 4 cards, they're all going to go on top of the final event. That's a total of 9 cards. The National Guard card goes above it. That is the 10th card from the bottom, and I do want to confirm that they're very clear about the rules on that. Yep, 10 up, 9 below it. There we go. Now we can do the rest of the chapter. So in chapter 3, we're going to need 11. Count them, 11 standard events. That's a lot of freaking standard events, kids. But hopefully we get some good ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. We're going to put all of the special events in there. So 15 cards comprising chapter 3. That's 15 cards comprising chapter 3, 9 comprising chapter 8 comprising chapter 4. Then we have the National Guard. Then we have the final event. This is just bananas, people. There's 36 plus 9, 45, 46 cards in this deck when it's all said and done. Woof. All right, that goes there. Yeah, so I lost on the 46 card out of 46, which is really freaking hard to do. That was amazing. Amazing. All right, we do have the Rumors and Rails expansion stuff set up. So we have the one train that will go from the suburbs track up into the mountain track. The other train goes from the forest track down to the highway track. If we stop on the forest space, we get 3 food. If we stop on the mine space, we get 2 ammo. If we stop on the nuclear plant space, we get 2 actions for that round. If we stop on the Farmingdale University, we get -4 infection level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. That goes there. Yeah, Waker Realms announced like 4 games. I reached out to them specifically one. There's a one like something about dragons, Realm of Dragons, or something like that. That looked really cool. I figured they're gonna get so many requests for the Nemesis stuff that I was like, all right, I'm not gonna blow them up too much about that. I also feel weird because I haven't featured any of their games on my channel yet. That is definitely going to change this year between Nemesis, Etherfields. My friend has ISS Vanguard. That's something I might borrow at some point. There's another. Oh, I backed Kings of Ruin, which is the second Tainted Grail. So lots of cool stuff there. Mike Owens, I've yet to be brave enough to play this on level 5 with solo epic rules. I've been largely playing level 3, which is great. I've also only gotten 1 total win on level 3 so far. And Sagitt says, "What the first wolf of the stream?" I don't know. Someone should have earmarked it. For sure, that goes there. There will be more because it is Dawn of the Zeds, and I am me, and that's quite the combination of things there. So with the way I roll dice, woof. Oh, another one. Mark it. All right, there's 6 of those. Bam. Let me make sure I have 46 cards there, and hopefully my math is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. What? That's 6, 36. Nope. 30, 36 plus 10. There should be 46. Why do I have so many? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have way too many cards. I have way too many cards here. 30. I think I took the 11 out. I think one of these have 11. Nope. These should all be level 1. See if I can save this. These are all level 1. I'm not that good at this, so 50, 40, 46. Why do I have more than 46? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. End card, National Guard card. Oh man. 6. Yeah, I have one too many cards. And that's just gonna mess up everything. There's not really a quick way to do this. I do have one too many cards this time for sure. Because end card plus that is 10. I don't know what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That should be level 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. National Guard. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it was that. All right, I'm just gonna leave this here. I really am not smart enough to know what these things are. So somehow I have one too many from chapter 4. Oh, I had 2 end cards. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 2 end cards. Okay. Well, that explains it. All right, we're just gonna do that. Yeah, somehow I grabbed 2 end cards instead of 1. My bad. Weird. And I'm just leave the rest. I mean, it is what it is. I again, there's no way I'm planning on things that are 2 hours from now. So let me count this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's 46. Excellent. Good job, guys. All right, so we got another event. Of course, they were both like the easy events too, so I'm sure I switched it out to like the hardest event in the game because that's the kind of thing that I would do. All right, let's get this done. I'm going to take a D10. And we're going to pick our starting heroic civilian. So to my right, I have Checkmates, Bob Bauer's crew, Clarion Courier, WZED Farmingdale, FD 129 Auxiliaries, Farmingdale Furies, FDPD Riot Squad, the Savior Corps, and the VFW Local 12. I rolled an 8. That's going to give us the Savior Corps. Oh, I always have a hard time winning with the Savior Corps. It might be their revenge on me for like saying corpse for far too long because, I do silly things like that, but we'll see. The extra healing could be good in a game of this length. The Savior Corps can move. They have a strength of 2 on their healthy side, a strength of 1 on their non-healthy side. Like all heroic civilians, two wounds and they flip, 2 more wounds and they are dead. They have a move of 3 when you use a movement action on them. Field medical station, once per action, this unit may spend its field medical station's action marker and 1 supply to perform 1 heal action to any unit or any on or adjacent to its space, including itself. Place the field med station's marker on this card to keep track of when you've used this ability. Emergency preparedness during each eat phase, add +1 to your die roll when rolling for supplies consumption. That could be helpful. And then food bank, when they enter play, you immediately gain 2 supplies. So that is fine. They will go there. Let me figure out the rest of these. So we're going to do the elite security forces. I'm going to roll a die. 1, 2, 3 will be this guy. 4, 5, 6 this side. We're placing on the town center basement first. Ding and ding. And now we have to get our regular civilians. So we're going to roll for Beauville first. We have 8 of those suckers. So I'm rolling a D8. Well, we have 7 of them. I'm rolling a D8. Now I can roll a D6. I rolled a 6, so we have a 3 strength one over here. So we have a 4 strength and a 3 strength that we still really want to get on the board. We're going up to St. Thomas. That is that. Yes, I said Thomas instead of Thomas. Deal with it. There's only 4 left. That's a 2. All right, I need a 1 or a 2. I really don't want to lose out on the 4 strengther. There we go. He'll go over there in Ingeberg. And then we have one of the level 2s up in Town Center. This guy comes out of the game. Sorry, thanks for playing. We will see you next time. We have the goodies marker down here. Don't know why I said that. There's nothing I need to do with that right now. We're getting regular Zeds. We're going to have a regular Zeds on the starting space of all 5 tracks here. So the subburst track is going to get a 9er. Go big or go home, baby. We the 1 9er in the bag comes out right off the bat. That's about right. So we get a 9, a 4, a 4. So that evens out a little bit. Give me something small over here. It's a 6. I don't know what that sound was. It's fine. And then we have a 3. Would have really like that 3 over there with my 4 strength civilians unit, but it is what it is. Can't win them all. Let's gonna pick we need our 4 starting heroes. There are 21 heroes in the game. If you have all the expansion content, I'll go through them really quick. Alyssa Darling, Mr. Johnson, Special Agent Wright, Alan Zeno Jones, Doc Seaver, Big Wills Carter, Mrs. May Hauser, Otto Sarghauser, Mayor Hernandez, Pickles, Captain Piazza, Professor G, Colonel Kingman, Bouncing Betty, Sheriff Hunt, El Toro Loco, General Lee, Deputy Schmidt, Rusty Staub, Wilson the Hermit, and Horatius. I'm going to roll a D6. 1, 2, 3, I'm going to pick from the first 10. 4, 5, 6, I'm picking from the second batch of 11. So we're picking from the second batch of 11. Let me get a D12. This is going to be for our first hero. I rolled a 3. So the second batch of 11 starts with Pickles. And so we're going 3 down. It starts with Pickles? 5. No, it starts with Captain Piazza. And we're going 3 down. So we have Colonel Kingman. Colonel Kingman just loves to make an appearance on my channel, man. He is just Always in there. He just can't stay away. We're going to get his little special stronghold, strong point. We're going to get the mine, and we're going to put him over here in town center. Colonel Kingman abilities, defensive perimeter. If a Zeds unit or Zeds bomb moves into a space on or adjacent to Colonel Kingman, roll the die. If it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4, no effect. A 5 or 6, that Zeds move is thwarted, and it returns to the space it came from. Hunker down. Whenever he is defending, and he's the unit who is actually doing the attack, it's +1 shift. Strong point once per game is an action. For 3 supplies, he may build a strong point in a space he occupies. This gives a terrain shift of 3 and can never be removed. Minefield once per game is an action. For 2 supplies and 1 ammo, he may build a minefield in a space he occupies. And then there is a Zert versus game rules, but honestly, those rules will never be necessary as long as I play this game. So it is what it is. I'm going to get a D20. We're going to have to get our second hero. There are 20 heroes left, so 17. So 20. So 20, 19, 18, 17. We have Deputy Schmidt. I buzzed. Who's buzzing me? Nope. I didn't buzz. Am I making it up? Maybe. Nope, making it up. Awesome, go me. Deputy Schmidt, that's a strong one, baby. So we have his initiative marker. Very cool. We'll put him in there with Colonel Kingman, going very militaristic today. I guess, well, police and military. It's a nice combo. I have a lot of political statements in my head. I'm going to leave that alone. All right. Move on. Moving on. All right. Move a 4. 4 strength on his healthy side, 2 on his weakened side. Again, Colonel Kingman is 3 and 2. They both move 4 when you use a movement point to move them, or an action point to move them. Initiative. Once per action phase, he receives a character action to spend on his unit only. Place the initiative marker on his card to keep track of when you have used this ability. Eagle Scout. He plays 1+ shift in all hand-to-hand combat. Tough. Every time he receives a hit, roll a die. On 1, 2, or 3, the hit is suffered normally. 4, 5, or 6, it is canceled. Again, high is generally always good. There's a very weird exception here or there, but for the most part, high is always good. Martial arts, in every hand-to-hand combat, he is allowed 1 reroll, and that result is final. Law enforcement is a versus game rules, which we don't need. 19 heroes left. I rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Alan Zeno Jones. Don't mind that. Man, a lot of extra actions, and that could bode very well. So, Alan Zeno Jones, his own agenda is in place, and then we put him up in here. He's a science weirdo, so we could do a little science stuff. We'll see. Science can be moved into a hospital staff office or a laboratory space. Where did he go? During the far R phase, you may spend 1 available refugee activation to place this hero directly on the laboratory or hospital staff office space. If he is in one of those spaces, you may spend 1 available refugee activation to move him directly to any empty space containing no player, raiders, or Zeds units. His own agenda. Once per extra phase, he receives a character action to spend on his unit only. Place his own agenda marker on this card to keep track of when you've used this ability. Prototype gun. This hero consumes 1 supply, not ammo, when making a gunfire attack. And human testing. While Zeno is in the hospital staff office, he can spend his own agenda action, so it has to be that action, to move 1 unit in a hospital bed to the cemetery to turn over the next research card for free. Not a terrible idea, but you have to get him in the hospital staff offices to make that happen. And last but not least, we have 18 heroes left. 14. So 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. El Loco! This is a good setup, guys. I like this. I think we might have a chance. Which means I'm going to lose in like the 12th chapter or the 12th round. Not chapter. 12 chapters would be way too long. We already have 4 chapters, and there's 46 cards. El Toro Loco is in the center, so he's 6 on the healthy side, 3 combat on the weakened side. What, 6? Huh? I forget the 4. What's his thing? I'm blanking. Oh, yeah, so he's a 6 on the weak. Oh, right, he's a 6 attack, 3 gunfire attack on the healthy side, 4 and 2 on the weakened side. Build charge. When he launches the hand-to-hand attack on a Zeds unit or a Zeds mob, roll a die. 1, 2, or 3, conduct that attack normally. On a 4, 5, or 6, that Zeds unit or mob suffers 1 hit and retreats. No actual combat takes place, so there is no infection increase. This ability does not work against Super Zeds. Completo. When he takes 4 hit, he takes 4 hit to eliminate like a civilian's unit. So again, 1 hit, he doesn't turn over like the other heroes. It would actually take a second hit, but 2 more hits after that, he would have to do a saving roll or, just go right to the cemetery. military. And then finally, mediocre marksman. His gunfire attacks are made at half strength. So again, a 3-2 for gunfire attacks. So that is a very, very nice set of units. All right. Mike Owen says, I'm super interested in their Stalker game they announced. I'm not very familiar with that one. And Ronan says, the Zeds got in your head. Absolutely. And Joey says, you weren't mispronouncing core. You just predicting their future, because I was saying corpse. That's awesome. They will be corpses soon enough. Yeah, that's about right. Maybe, hope not, because they need to do some healing before that happens. I'm rolling 2 dice for my starting resources and ammo. Booyah! I rolled a 12. Wow. So I get no ammo, which isn't awful because, Zeno Jones doesn't use gunfire. Deputy Schmidt, maybe I send him up to the mine to do some stuff, and that's gonna be only 12 I roll today, people. So it is what it is. Remember, plus I get 2 more resources from the Savior Corps. So we start with 14 resources and zilch in the way of ammo. I need to consider my fate now. Wow. Hmm. I used to move Kingman like pretty far out. I've decided I like to keep him closer to the hospital. So maybe I set him up on there. That's really interesting. Okay, well, that's that. So I will have to figure out how I want to do all of that. But we're going to go to the first event. Remember, we have 6, count them, 6 standard events in Chapter 1. Nothing else to really worry about. There are no special events in Chapter 1. So we have my rumor tokens, my Super Zeds units, and my regular Zeds. Let me make sure there are 9 in the Super Zeds bag, because sometimes I have a tendency to put them in the wrong place. Nope, there are 9, so all the Super Zeds are present and accounted for. Sir, excellent. Make it happen. The first event of the day. Bam! Swarm of tunnel bats. So first we go to 4R, Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. 4R is Zilcho, so cannot even use that on our friend Alan Zeno Jones. Infection level, I need to roll a dice. Well, I cannot roll less than a 0 or less with 2 dice, so we're good. Eat, I have nothing, no one in the hospital. I have no refugees in the refugee camp, so I don't need to worry about that. Zeds are activating on the forest track. Goes there. Zeds are activating on the tunnel track. This guy goes here. We put in a chaos marker, and remember, we have 12 of those suckers, and then we go hither as well. 3 actions in the event phase. At the beginning of this phase, we're going to do a pressure event. I'm not playing co-op rules, so we do not have to worry about pressure events. Then find the player unit in the tunnel track that is furthest from town center. It disturbs a colony of infected bats. Immediately do the following. Infection level goes up 1. That unit suffers 1 hit and retreats. So hit, retreat, and that's totally fine. Now we go to the rest of the action phase. So I have 3 actions plus initiative, player plus a player action plus his own agenda. Oh my gosh, so many things happening. We're going to go. Zeno Jones is going to move into the laboratory because that's where he belongs. We're going to use this player action to roll the die. I need a 3, 4, 5, or 6 to turn over the first card on the research thing. Well, I rolled a 2. Awesome. I'm rolling another die, and I rolled a 6. Excellent. Early research card number 1 comes off. Remember, you can only research successfully once a round. Look, a distraction. While this is the current research card, your regular civilians unit can suffer 1 hit and then retreat if they survive to prevent advancing Zeds units from advancing. Adjacent Zed units from advancing. This cannot be used to prevent the placement of new Zed units. Curious, stupid onlookers playing versions of childhood games like Tag, Red Rover, and Keep Away were found to attract the attention of the Zeds for short durations. Of course, the stalling of a group of Zeds by fools playing with danger rarely ended well, usually in a panic. So 4, 5, or 6 to research again next turn. We're going to spend an action to move the Savior Core there. Remember, the stacking limit on the tunnel track is 1 everywhere except for town basement can have 2, and the start space can also have 2. We're going to do the field station action and spend 1 of our supply to heal that dude and reduce the infection, because I wanted him to be healed. He was, he looked unhealthy. We needed to heal him. All right, then I'm going to spend a action to get Colonel Kingman out here. I think Hilda set up camp on the forest track today, because why the heck not? And then we're going to spend the initiative action. The trains will stay. We'll do an initiative action on Deputy Schmidt. He's just going to go ahead and he's going to scavenge. We're scavenging in town center. I need a 4, 5, or 6 to get anything. I rolled a 6. I can take an ammo or a supply. I will definitely take an ammo. So lots of 6s. I rolled a 1, 2, but other than that, I rolled a 12, a 6, and a 6. So I'm getting a little worried that I'm using up all of my good rolls. So at the end of this thing, we're going to housekeeping. We flip all of these tokens face up, and this event card can come out of the game, and I will form a discard pile up here. Yeah, that will work. Event number 2. We're moving right along, people. Bam! Rule number 7, cardio. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. The Raiders is a 1 there, so I'm going to use one of those activations to activate this train. Remember, when the train moves, they can take 2 hero units or 1 refugee unit, and we're going to make sure we have the mountain train, which we do. We're going to come up there with that activation. Since we ended there, that's going to immediately take 2 ammo. Remember, I took Deputy Smith with me, so we have 3 ammo. And that's the rest of the 4R phase. Infection level, we don't have to worry about that. Eat, we do have to spend one supply for that. And now Zeds. At the beginning of this phase, place a new Zeds unit on an empty start space of your choice, if possible. Otherwise, place it on the start space with the lowest straight Zed unit. If and when a Zed unit enters a space occupied by any civilians or hero unit this turn, you may freely retreat that unit instead of engaging in hand-to-hand combat. And then there is a pressure event, which we do not have to worry about. I will put this on an empty start space. We have 2 to choose from. I don't know what it is. I will put this on the forest track because I have Kingman up there. It's a 7. Not terrible. All right, we're activating the highway track twice, so we activated it once. We activated it again. I am going to take advantage of Rule 7 cardio. I'm going to freely retreat that unit instead of engaging in hand-to-hand combat. So a Zed unit enters. Oh my gosh, we have to run. So the Defiant marker comes away, and this guy is going to retreat. At the end of that, the villagers are like, that's not good. So they're going to flip over, and now they're fleeing, and we put a chaos marker over here. And I'm going to have to deal with that dude at some point. Event action phase, we get 1 event action, and now we can carry out our actions from there. Joey says from your prior videos, I don't think the Colonel was allowed to go anywhere else but space for the highway track. Yeah, pretty much. That was a while ago. I've changed. I've changed in my old age. Seems like you're probably going to run out of these 6s pretty quickly at this rate. Yeah, my 6s are done. I've hit my quota. We're having some problems. All right. Well, the suburbs track is looking nice and awful. That's going to be an interesting set of circumstances. We'll see how we want to deal with that. First, I'm going to do this initiative, and we're going to do a foraging action up in the Lucky Strike mine. Not a 6. That's a 2. That's more like it. His own agenda. Yeah, I think I want to try to get through this research deck a little bit. So his own agenda, I'm rolling a die. I rolled a 6. Oh, another one. Here we go. Research materials needed. Well, this is the current research card. You may spend 1 supply instead of 1 action to conduct research. That's nice. The high school supplies of lab materials was soon depleted during a critical juncture of experimentation. And we need a 5 or a 6 to advance that. That's going to be tough to do, so maybe we start putting Xeno elsewhere until we have, I don't know, a unit to just discharge to the cemetery. Might be fun. No one to heal with the Savior Core. I have this action and this action, so I'm going to spend this action to do 1, 2, 3. So I'm down to 9 supplies, and we're going to build the strong point because that needs to get on the board, and then we're going to spend our last action up here. I'm going to spend 2 more supplies and 1 ammo, and we're going to put the mine on the board as well. That way we just know both of those things are done. and we'll figure it out. So again, in the future, the first time a Zeds unit enters there, we're going to do a gunfire attack of a 7, and then we carry out the rest of the combat. The second time a Zeds unit enters, this will be on the weaker side. We'll do a gunfire attack of a 4, then we carry out the rest of the combat if the Zeds survive, and then we'll kind of deal with the rest of it. So again, didn't do anything really to address the suburbs track. Hopefully I get a 4 activation that I can move that unit along. I could have spent an action to move them now, but you know, I don't know. It just seems like a lot to do, and yeah, we'll just hope for the best. So these flip over. This card is out. We're done with our second event. The third standard event coming out is Infected Water Supply. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. We're activating the Forest Track, and we're activating the Mountain Track. So, knowing that's coming up, I'm using this 4R to move these guys along. And again, there wasn't much of a correlation there. It just was like, all right. I mean, we're not activating the suburbs track, but I still want to move those guys along anyway. Is how I should have worded that. These guys are not stack limited, so I can't have 3 units in Beauville right now, and that's totally fine. We are going to do infection. My infection level still is 0, so I don't need to roll there. Eat, I have no refugees in the camp. I have no units in the hospital, so I don't need to roll there. Zeds, at the beginning of this phase, roll a die and apply that many total losses in any combination of supply losses or hits to player units. So, rolling a die, I rolled a 4. It's really gross. I don't like it. Well, 3 hits to you. Yeah, they're probably going to go to the cemetery. It's just a tour. I don't really need them. So 3 hits to them, and I just lose 1 supply. And I'm fine with that. All right, that's fine. The water slide was infected. Oh, well. I did activation. All right, so we have to activate the mountain track. That goes up there. We're activating the forest track. Bing, bing. We're good to go. 2 actions. So try to do any empty space. Yeah, I think we're his own agendaing that. We're going to just get rid of this dude. So I'm going to display this player action to move him here. He's in the hospital. Oh, how peaceful he must be. Yeah, I think I do that now, actually. Initiative, I'm just going to forage in the mine. I rolled a 1, so Deputy Schmidt's foraging super well. We're going to spend an action to move Zeno Jones into a hospital office. We're using his own agenda to discharge this dude in the hospital bed to the cemetery to flip over the next card in the research deck. Boom, Zeds poisoning. While this is the current research card, at the beginning of each action phase, you may inflict 1 hit on the weakest Zed unit adjacent to any civilians or hero unit. Baiting Zeds with toxic treats is showing steady results. The trouble is that one Zed's poison is another Zed's meat. Sometimes fresh fruit gives Zeds a tummy ache, other times it is organic, gluten-free ice cream. And then, once, it was Frisky Frank's chili cheese jalapeno hot dogs, but those also have the same effect on the living. You just never know. Alright, 4, 5, or 6 will be able to advance that. But Zeno feels good about what he's done. You know, it's a little cruel, but these things happen. These things happen. I have 1 more action. I have no obvious things to deal with. I'm just kind of chilling here a wee bit. I think I probably send El Toro Loco to try to deal with these level 9 jerks. Yeah, I don't know. It's not great. It's not great, people. All right, we're gonna spend this last action to move 3. Oh, I could do the train. I can move the train down there. No, sorry, the train only goes this way. The train only goes that way. Of course it does. Yeah, we'll just move in 3. I gotta get something in place to start messing with this guy. Hopefully the civilians can weaken him up a little bit, and then Toro Loco can wipe him out. That's the plan. At housekeeping, these flip. All right. Yep. No new comments. We're going to go to the next event. So this is round 4. So we've gone through 3 early research cards already. I'm digging that. Let's see what happens in round 4. Wandering Zeds, Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. We're activating a bunch of stuff this round. We're going to have a first fate draw of the game. That could be interesting. We only have 1 event action, which I don't like. Infection level is still 0. I have 2 whopping ammo because Deputy Smith's doing a yeoman's work over there. Getting that thing done. All right, the refugee unit is going to come there. Remember, when you're trying to have them enter onto a train car, you have to spend a whole action just to get them on top of the train car, and then another action to move them in. So they're probably just going to be able to walk the town center at this rate. So we'll get those guys to safety. Infection level, don't have to worry about that. Eating, don't have to worry about that. Zeds, at the beginning of this phase, make our first fate draw. Oh no! Don't be the rats! Excellent, highway. So, we'll do the plot twist in a second, but the where is highway. Grim determination at last stand. That's something I probably want to hold on to for the majority of the game. To be honest with you, might be a little early to have gotten that, but I would much rather get it than not. So, at the beginning of this phase, make a fate draw. Select any civilian or hero unit on a fated track, but not in town center or on the start space. It immediately suffers a Zed's hand-to-hand attack on the equal to column with normal infection increase, terrain shifts, etc. That's a really bad card. I don't want to injure that dude, but it looks like that was what's going to happen. So we're basically having a wandering Zed comes along and then leaves. They don't become. They're just like a theater of the mind, people. So we have a Zeds unit that's attacking this guy. Since he gets attacked, he does lose the Defiant marker, and we do have an infection increase, but I do get the terrain shift. So it's going to be a human advantage. All I do is suffer losses. I don't retreat, and yeah, your unit suffers losses only. It does not retreat, and then there's a pressure event, which I don't have to worry about. So let me put this down here, and then I'll remember to do the activations of 3 different tracks. So, go big or go home. I rolled a 9. Look at me rolling well. So only 1 damage to this guy. And that could have been worse. So at least he doesn't flip. He'll be able to hopefully do a hurting on that level 6 Zeds that is about to come into his face. All right, the Wandering Zeds. Wording there was not great. Sorry about that. All right, Highway Track is going to activate. Suburbs Track is also going to activate. At the beginning of the action phase, I do something else, so I'm not worried. So this is going to activate. Infection level goes up. It is Zeds times 3. It becomes Zeds times 2 because of the terrain shift of Farmingdale University, and then I will still have to activate the Forest Track after this. So, come on, little 3ers. Booyah! 10! Oh, who's killing it today? That's me. So we're going to get 2 damage onto the level 9 suckers. And he retreats, even better, but also 2 damage to me. And I'm good with that. That's an excellent roll. So 2 damage, Zeds retreats, and that is pretty awesome. And now we activate the Forest Track. This tries to come in. It is successful. Defensive perimeter will not start triggering until the farm. Defiant marker goes away. Infection level goes up. So we went from 0 to 3 over the course of this card so far. And now we're going to do its Zed's advantage. It becomes equal to because of the terrain shift from St. Thomas. Booyah, that's a 6. Equal to 6. 1 damage to the Zed, 2 damage to the unit. They back up. They take over the farm. We get a chaos marker there, and this dude flips over. The villagers flip over to the refugee fleeing side, and then this 7 also activates. All right, now we're going to do 1 damage to the weakest Zeds unit adjacent to a civilians or a hero unit. That's a 6. That's not adjacent. That's definitely not the weakest. That's a 4. This is going to be tied for the weakest, so I'm just going to put 1 damage on that one. I feel pretty good about that. All right, and now we have 1 event action, and let's see how we want to do this. We're going to do initiative. We're going to basically forage again. Hey, roll the 5. When you roll a 5 in the mind space, I get no choice in the matter. It has to be 1 ammo. Can I get the... The Savior Core is so slow. Can I get them in place to do anything useful? Probably not, but we're going to try. 2, 3. We have his own agenda too. His own agenda, he's moving back to the laboratory. The Savior Core, I'm going to use this action to move them 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use this action to move them in with the with professor. Wow, with Colonel Kingman, and then I'm going to use their field stations and a supply to heal these guys to get them back up to a higher level of strength. We'll try to, really shore up the forest, and that also decreases the infection level by 1 because of the healing. We go to housekeeping, all this stuff flips. Infection levels at a 2, 3 ammo, 5 supplies. So we've gone through supplies fairly quickly. We might want to get the train up there during the 4R phase to get the 3 supplies. Oh, that's another thing I could have done. Let me have done that. Savior Core. We moved these guys in with the Savior Core. So when the Savior Core moved, they just moved 1. And then we activated the train. The train goes to the farm. And that gives us a mobile increase in terrain shift. So it's going to be a lot easier to fight off against our guys. We'll still do the healing. And we get 3 more supplies. So we're up to 8. That makes a lot more sense. Start using that train to our advantage. And then in the housekeeping, again, I already flipped everything over. This goes away. Remember, so it was one action to move the train. So I just moved the Savior Core, I moved to there, and then I moved them with the train. You can't have 2 player units on it. The only units that take up the entire train would be a group of refugees. All right, this almost seems to be going too well, says Mike. Yup, for you so far. I'm waiting for those 1-2s to start popping up in your rolls. It won't be long, I can almost assure you. All right, we've gone through, so we did not actually get through another thing here, which is, fine. But I did get Xeno in place to try to start doing that. Again, we have 3 more early research cards, and then we'll start hopefully unlocking the super weapon or the antidote. We'll see. Event card. Booyah! Oh! Oh no! Why? I really don't like Noel. Oh, it's such an awful card, man. It's really bad. Okay, Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. So it's 4R. So these, what am I activating? I'm activating that track. So we're going to move these refugee units 1, this refugee unit 1, and that's it. Infection level, I need to roll higher than a 2. We managed to do it. I rolled a 9. Eat, I need to roll higher than, doesn't matter. I'm not even going to bother rolling. At the beginning of the Zeds phase, make a fate draw. Ugh. I hate Noel so much. It's bad. All right, here we go. Where fewest Zeds units, drastic times, drastic measures. I can play at any time to spend 1 ammo for an immediate -5 infection level decrease. That's super nice. So those are 2 save for later cards, which I will, save for later. All right, make a fate draw and place Noel standing on the start space of the fated track. Noel, so fewest Zeds units. I can pretty much put it anywhere I want, except for, yeah, I do not want her to activate this round. Again, so basically how this works is when she's on the board, I'll take her little standee off here because it's just annoying. When she's not in a start space at the beginning of and I'm going to actually switch this out for this to remind me, hopefully. When she's not in the start space at the beginning of each infection phase, we have to increase the infection by 1 just because she exists on the board. She's super annoying. I have Toro Loco down here. I'm going to actually put her down to the subburst track. In addition, the subburst track is not activating this turn, so I'll have a little bit of time to start dealing with her. I could put her on the highway track, but then she will activate this turn, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with this combat. It's not going to be the easiest combat going there, so a little worried about that. All right, so put her on the start of the fated track until this unit is removed. +1 infection at the beginning of every infection phase while Noel is in play, but not on a start space. All right, we are activating the highway track. This Kim's up. this goes in, this goes up, so infection level's at a 3. I am doing a hand-to-hand combat. It is Zed's advantage. It becomes equal to because of the terrain shift provided by Ingeberg. Booyah! 6. 1 damage to the Zed. 2 damage to our unit here. So they flip over, have 1 health left. So that's looking a little rough. And that is the end of the highway track. The forest track. This dude comes in. Defensive perimeter does not work. So infection level goes up. We're going to have a 4 versus a 3. So that's Zed's advantage. We get a terrain shift because of the mobile defense unit of the train. So that's equal to, and then another terrain shift because of the terrain shift provided by the farm. It's our home field, baby. So infection level did go up already. We're doing a human advantage. I rolled a 2. About as predicted. Woof. All right, there's the 2 you were hoping for, Mike. We knew it would happen, so I could use Grim Determination. I don't want to, so I rolled a 2. It becomes 3 hits to me. I have to retreat. The train stays there. If this guy were to move off there again, that's super bad because then the train would be destroyed. But at this point, the Savior Core is not injured at all, so I basically wasted a supply trying to heal that sucker. Ugh. There's the 2. So bad. Dude, I played this with my friend Tony, and I needed anything but a 2 with 2 dice, and I rolled a 2, and we would have won. And then we both looked at it, we're like, that didn't happen, and we just pretended, I just re-rolled. It was like super deep into the game, and I was like, we're not losing because I rolled a 2 when anything else would have won. Yeah, that's about right. So, I'm going to do a saving roll for this dude. I do save him. Infection level goes up. He goes into the hospital with an EKG marker. Zeno might have to go send him on his merry way because, that's just the thing that might have to happen. Bam. Wow, it is a 3, though. I'd hate to waste him so recklessly, but again, I could always get them back with a refugee camp and equip refugees, and it is what it is. Noelle is the worst as Mike. She's definitely ruined a couple games of mine. To be fair, I didn't hope for that too. I just expected it. And then Jonathan says Farmingdale Friday. Yeah, I mean, I would like to play this every Friday, but there's just too many other games, dude. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. I got to get through this mountain of games that are, calling my name out on a daily basis, and then maybe we can get more Zeds on the channel. So, what just happened, man? I'm all discombobulated. This is going to go up. We still have Zed's poisoning in play, and this is still the weakest unit, so we can flip this dude over to his not so scary side and make that happen. I do want to get that. I have to get that train back, dude. I can't lose that train this early in the game. It'd be so bad. I mean, do I go in and fight with the Savior Corps? It's not the craziest thing. I think the train only provides a +1 when defending. I could shoot a gun at them. Wow. I don't like it. All right, how many actions do I have? I'm all thrown off, man. That was so really gross too. Bam. Even I needed anything higher than a 5. Yeah, that changes some things. That changes some things. I know I have 2 refugee units on the board. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to deal with that dude. I just don't want to lose that train. I really don't want to lose that train. I actually don't want to heal that chaos either, which is a problem. Because if you get a fate drawn, I have to put a Zed unit in the suburbs. It's going to go all the way up in Beauville, and that's really gross. All right, we're going to do his own agenda Man, do I release that dude? Yes. No. I'll save that there for a while. Maybe we can heal it at some point. I'm going to spend his own agenda to do early research. I rolled a 4. Let's get the next thing over. Pamphlets distributed. Heal up to 2 civilian units by 1 each with normal decreases. That's super nice. So this is going to heal. This goes down. This will heal. 1. He flips over. He's got 3 health left. This goes down. That worked out well. I do need a 5 or 6 next time. When veteran reporters from the Climate Courier went to the lab for a story, they realized that there was something they could do to really help, and that was to get the word out and help people prepare. Be prepared. I think I sing that every time. Ugh. The Savior Corps comes in. I want my train back. But I can't have the Savior Corps be a sitting duck. That's really bad. I could just lose the train. I could just lose the train. It's so bad, dude. Right, El Toro Loco chilling down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could try to go up there with Zeno. He'd be coming in at a 4. Put him in a pretty strong spot. Can't get another unit in there though because I'm stack limited. I got Noel down here. That's a problem. Noel is the worst. All right, let me get Zeno involved up in the farm. He's a 4. He's human times 2. If he gets injured, we can heal because the Savior Core is right there. Great. So we're gonna do 1 action to move Zeno. 1, 2, 3. We're doing another action to move Zeno into here, and we're doing a hand-to-hand combat. This goes up. This only applies with defending, so I don't get the +1 shift for the train now. But we are human times 2, and we already put that up. So human times 2 against a 2. Booyah! I rolled a 2 again. You've got to be kidding me. That's not good. I have no reroll. I think I just lost Zeno. Wow. Yeah, Grim Determination only works when the Zeds unit attacks and wins. So I have Zeds times 2. I did 1. I was human times 2. I did 1 damage instead of 2. Zeno now has to. I literally just rolled back to back 2s. I blame Mike for all of this, by the way. So we're doing a saving roll. I do not get the saving roll. Zeno was dead. That took a really bad and dramatic turn. So predictable. Bye, Zeno. Wow. Well, I didn't want that train anyway. Holy crap. Initiative. Forage. I rolled a 2. Yeah, this game is over. Yeah, I can't do this without Zeno. I can't even freaking research anymore. I had no reroll. Yeah, that's about how that goes. 2 2s and a 3. Woo! All right. Well, housekeeping done. Event. Fire Shack is not activating, so the train doesn't go away yet. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. Wow. It's the last chapter 1 card. I definitely need another science here to get through that research deck. We'll move these refugees because they're in danger. Infection, I need to roll. I need higher than a 4. I rolled an 8. That works. Eat, I eat 1. I'm down to 7 supplies. At the beginning of this phase, there's a pressure event. Don't have to worry about that. During this phase, for each regular civilians unit eliminated that was sent to the hospital after a saving roll, place a new Zeds unit on the space where it was eliminated and apply the stacking limit if necessary. The new Zeds unit may not move this turn. So, activating the subverse track first. This goes up. Please don't be sent to the hospital. That'd be bad. This goes up. It is a 9 to a 3, but I got a terrain shift, so it's Zeds times 2. I would like another 10, please. There we go. So 2 damage, 2 damage. So there got 1 health left, but 2 damage. This guy goes back and flips, and he has 2 health left. And then Noel actually does enter the scene. We have to activate the mountain track. This goes up. This goes up. It is Zeds times 2. It becomes Zeds advantage. I got a 7. This goes away. 7 means 2 damage to me, 1 damage to the Zeds. And these guys become refugees. And that gets a chaos marker. And then finally, we're activating the tunnel track. This guy goes into the catacombs. Whew, no one was sent to the hospital. That's good. We have 2 event actions. Let me check the chat. I accept the blame for this game turning. Oh man, I'm in trouble. All right, well I guess I need to get that unit back then because I'm not using them for anything else, and I can try to control this infection level a bit. Noel is gonna make that super annoying, man. These guys are the heroes of the game so far. I'm gonna. I really want to save the train. All right, let me eliminate. That's a 7. It's so gross. I can get those guys up there. Or if I just kill them, then I can just move the train. Which is probably better. I got a lot going on up here, but I'm not that worried about it. So I'm going to spend an action and an ammo. I'm doing a gunfire attack of a 3. I would like an 8 or a 9, please. I'm attacking that unit there. I rolled a 10. Excellent. 2 damage. This guy's eliminated. So that will help. I'm going to spend a player action to flip this train over. Try to get it in a place where it can go back. Hopefully I get at least 1 in the 4R. Initiative. Ugh. It's a double shift. Initiative, we're going to forage. Roll the 6, 2 ammo. There's a 6. They still exist in the die, people. I have this player action. I could send El Toro Loco into here, which is probably still a little bit premature. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put Noel down here. It's just a mistake. That was a mistake. But I just didn't want her to activate earlier, so it is what it is. I could spend a gunfire to reduce that by 5. Yeah, at any time, I'm going to use drastic times, drastic measures. I'm going to spend 1 ammo and reduce this from 6 to 1. That will help because the more I can prolong outbreaks, the better. I have 1 action left. I think I bring the train in. I could do a heal. Now, I'm not worried about a heal. I'm going to spend that action, and let's get the train back to town center. It immediately flips and is ready for activation once again. Fantastic. All right. Local Zeds outbreak is done. We now head to chapter 2. Who's excited? I'm excited. Remember, we have 11 standard events and 3 special events. We have lost Zeno, and Zeno also sent that dude to the cemetery to move that over. I'm stalled in my research until I get another science hero, and that makes me feel a certain way, which isn't exactly great. It takes a village. At the beginning of this phase, all right, so Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers, but at the beginning of this phase, replace one villager's refugee or civilian unit on any track with a new regular Zeds unit. Woof. And we're activating the highway, we're activating the forest. We're activating the tunnel. It's like the forest. Place the replaced unit in the hospital on its reduced strain side with an EKG marker. I mean, which of these is Toast Ghost? They're all Toast Ghost. I'm gonna. This guy only has 1 health left anyway. This guy is 2 health, but I think he actually has a fighting chance. I mean, that's Zeds times 3 becomes Zeds times 2. This is Zeds times 2 becomes Zeds advantage. They're both going to be super dead. So just send this guy away. I'm not sure I want to create more problems on that track. I already got Noel to deal with. So there we go. EKG marker. Remember, once I get a refugee unit in, we're going to have the benefit of also getting some rumors, and hopefully some of those help. But we're going to put this dude here. There's a pressure event here too, but that doesn't matter. And this is now a level 5 unit. Since that went there, we get a chaos marker. And now we have refugees fleeing from there. Fantastic. All right, I have 2 4R activations. We're going to spend 1 there, and we're going to spend 1 on the mountain track. So we have refugees coming from everywhere. Maybe I should actually try to get one of these rumor dudes in. We'll spend on this track because I really do want to get a rumor on the board. There's no good. It's better to stagger that instead of having them all at once because, again, if you pull the same track, then the rumor is disregarded. So if you get 1 guy in, then we can start really dealing with the rumors. We are doing an affection roll. I can't possibly roll a 1 or less. Oh, beginning of the affection phase, this goes up a 2. I can possibly roll a 2. We've seen that. I rolled an 8, so we're good. Eat. I go from 7 supplies down to 6. We're activating the tunnel track. The tunnel track, this guy is going to have to do a catacombs roll. He rolls a 4. He's stuck. We're going to do an activation on the tunnel track. This goes up. This goes up. It's a 4 to a 4. All right, so 4 to a 4. I'm defending with Deputy Schmidt. I get +1 shift because of the mine, +1 shift because of the train, +1 shift because I am an Eagle Scout. I get a reroll. If it sucks, I rolled a 7. Doesn't suck. 3 damage. This guy is flipped with 1 damage. And that worked out well. So we're pretty safe in that mine until, the mine explodes. But that will be a long time from now, hopefully. We get 2 event actions. I never did housekeeping last turn, so let me rectify that. We're going to do initiative. We're going to forage in the mine. I rolled a 1 because Deputy Smith's really bad at foraging. He's always bad at foraging. Why? Why, Deputy Smith? Why are you so bad? I haven't built any thingamajigers. Barricades. Barricades cost 2. I probably should start building those. I have 2 units in the hospital. Zeno Jones would have made amazing use of those. All right. We're going to spend an action and 2 supplies to put a barricade in the tunnel track. Far Shack is the least of my concerns right now, right? Right. Chaos is going to start becoming a problem. The elite forces do some stuff. They have a move of 3, so we're going to spend another action and move this guy over to the highway because now we are totally undefended over there. I have 1 player action left. I want the highway track to activate 1 more time for sure before I start doing too much there. That 7's making that kind of a nightmare. I'm almost tempted to send the train back there, but I don't want to lose it. Well, I want to do with this player action. I guess I could just heal, try to get on top of his infection a little bit. These are both 3s, I think. Yeah, 3, 4. No, it's a 4. Oh yeah, we want to get him back. So I'm going to spend an action. This goes down. We're going to do heal. EKJ marker comes off, and instead we put that. So he has 3 more heals to go. Remember, you can heal once a round per unit. Healing takes time. All kinds of healing. It's a metaphor. All right, this goes away. Next event. Bam. Right beneath our feet. Raiders, refugees, rescuers. Raiders, refugees, rescuers. Raiders? Rescuers. Raiders, refugees. What the hell is the 4th R? Something rescuers. Raiders, rangers, refugees, rescuers. There we go. 4R. It's all there, people. 0, so nothing happens. Infection. This goes up because Noel is not on the start space. I need higher than a 3. I rolled a 7. Fantastic. Eat 0. At the beginning of this phase, make a fate draw. Can we continue our good luck? No, we cannot. So, suburbs, we'll deal with that in a second. Suburbs, make a fate draw. Select any civilians or hero unit on the fated track, but not in town center or on the start space. It immediately suffers a Zeds hand-to-hand attack on the equal to column with normal shifts. If it was defiant, it's no longer defiant. Unit suffers loss and does not retreat. So we've already seen this, and then it has a double pressure event, which we're not doing. Oh, man. That's iffy. It could be okay, though. We'll see. All right. So I am rolling. Who do I want to attack? I'm going to attack. We'll attack this dude because why the heck not? So we're attacking that dude. It's going to be a shift of a 1, so it's on human advantage. It's a 6. He's super dead. He probably would have been dead anyway, realistically, with that, but, you know, not great. We'll just have to make it work. This is out. Do I want to do a saving roll? Honestly, I'm so behind on healing. No, I'm not even going to bother, and I really don't want the infection to go haywire. So sorry, dude. It just wasn't meant to be. Now the infection. It did not increase the infection for that. Yeah, because it went up for Noel in the infection phase. It had to go up again because of that hand-to-hand combat because it's right beneath our feet. Now we have to do the plot twist. Designate each chaos space in turn and draw a new Zed unit comparing it to the strength of the unit. If the Zed strength in then the space, if the strength is less than the space number, place that unit on the space. Otherwise, return to the Zed scope before drawing for the next chaos space. So if it's less than a 5, if it's less than the space number, place that unit on the space. Oh, that's bad. So I rolled a 5. I drew a 5. It is not less, so it goes back. And then we draw for the next chaos space. Up there, it needs to be less than a 4 to stay up in the forest track. So the zombie gathering call. Woof. Is it less than a 4? No, it is a 4. So good drawing there. Over here, is it less than a 5? It is a 2. So that guy joins the brigade. So we have a Zeds mob there. Is it less than a 5 over here in Innsbruck? It is a 5, so that goes back. And then here, is it less than a 7? That's almost guaranteed, right? It's a 6, so now he stays there. And that's fine. Yeah, I don't like that, but that's fine. We got 2 new units. One's only a 2. I don't really care. And then that fate card goes away after it was resolved. We now have to go back to the rest of this activation. So the highway track activates, so we get a 5. The 5 moves to the Interstate 4, and the 6 moves to Interstate 5. They're all The numbers are fun. Fun with numbers, people. Highway track activates. This guy comes here. We get a chaos marker there, and Noelle's like, "Hi guys, I'm really terrible. I'm gonna go here." I know she sounds very strange. And then these guys are gonna come in. This goes up. It's 4 to a 4. It becomes human times 3. Same math as last time. I have a reroll if I want it. I rolled a 5. Such a bad roll. I'm gonna do my reroll. This is final. 8! Much better. 3 damage. So I'm gonna kill this dude, and then 1 damage on this dude. And I already put that up. Right? Yeah, because it went to 3 because of Noel, 4 because of this. And that was the first attack that happened. Because those guys didn't attack, those didn't attack. Yeah, so it's at 5 for sure. Ugh. I get 2 event actions. And now we have to worry. None of this is great. Oh, boy. All right. We're going to forage with Deputy Schmidt. He rolls a 6. 2 more ammo. Excellent. I do need to start getting some supplies, which is why I'm wondering. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Human advantage. No reroll. Problem about this, if I launch, oh, man, if I launch a fight there, I have Grim Determination. The problem is I'm in trouble. I'm in serious, serious trouble. This isn't going well. All right, I'm going to do an action and 2 supplies, and we're going to get a barricade over here in the highway. I'm going to move that there to get mobile. Yeah, the train would make that a 3 shift, which is pretty sick. So I think I just get the train there for that mobile defense and try to shore up the highway only with that dude for a while. I do need more supplies though, and that's becoming more and more evident. Not a lot of great options. I think I spend an action, heal. This goes down. Try to get that 4 back on the table. And I think as soon as a 7 goes away, we can start trying to spam the farm, and that should be doable with Colonel Kingman there. But you know, we're basically gonna have to figure something out. Could heal again, try to get that 3 back. Losing a hero like I did is still kind of sticking out as a really bad decision. Yeah, I don't have an obvious thing to do right now. And I could try to move that guy forward. That's probably safe. Let's save all the refugees. I can move that refugee in, try to get a rumor. Yeah, let's use this player action. Let me get this refugee into a safe spot. And we'll try to get some of those home with the next 4R phase. I think will make some sense. All right, so that's done. Housekeeping. These will flip. And no order being restored, so we go to the next event. So we still have 4 super special events to go in here. So Airborne Contagion, Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers, We are going to move this dude in. Infection goes up. They go to the refugee camp. And now we pull a fate card. Wear tunnel. So play during the Zeds phase to cancel all Zeds activations any one track. I like it. And now we have this rumor token. The rumor token is to get placed on the space with the strongest Zeds unit or mob on that track. So unfortunately, this is going to go all the way down here. But I will have ways to potentially get to it. But we're going to have to start activating that dude and find a way to get him through. So we don't have to roll for the infection phase. However, she's not at home, so that does go up. Eat 2, so I'm down to 0 supplies. Zeds activate on all tracks. So this is going to go in. This goes up. It's Zeds times 2. It becomes Zeds advantage because of terrain shift. This goes away. I'm rolling. I'm rolling again on the Zeds advantage track. I would like an 8 or higher, and we just rolled a 6. So that's 1 damage, 3 damage. Noelle's going to come up. Chaos marker here. Alright, that track is done. Up here, we're going to do defensive perimeter roll. I rolled a 4. Movement happens like normal. This is now there. So add another chaos marker, activating on this track. This goes up. It's definitely human times 3. I rolled a 7, 3 damage. This dude's out. And then this activates, this goes up. Another chaos marker. This guy comes up. And then finally, we have to do a catacombs roll here. 4, he's stuck. This guy comes up. No new heroes, no new elite special civilians. Like, yeah, this is not shaping up good. Again, our research stalled when Zeno died. Was at 2, was really gross. So I'm not feeling great about this. At the beginning of this phase, do a pressure event. Not doing pressure events. No above ground move actions are allowed this phase. Fear of a windblown contagion threat freezes movement. So these guys are a little bit in a little precarious situation. I did get this one rumor out. Maybe I can get another one out too. That was an unfortunate draw, but we did get mesmerized Zed, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully we can get a hero arrives pretty soon. I would have loved to have done a Tau. These guys flip and go back. I would have loved to have done an attack with El Toro Loco, because that would have been the perfect time for that. That dude only has 1 health left. Hopefully we don't get anything that removes all hit markers. So we're using initiative. We're rolling for that. I get 1 ammo. So it's foraging there. We just have no above ground movement is not great. We could fire a gun with El Toro Loco. There's no place where I can forage for food. I can spend an action, reduce that. The level 4 dude is almost back. And I do think I'd try to kill that with El Toro Loco with an ammo. Great, so we're going to do a player action, reduce that. Nope, sorry, reduce the ammo. Doing a gunfire attack of a 3. I just need 5 or higher. I rolled a 7, 1 damage. We've killed that. And remember, that was started as a number 9 Zeds. So next turn when we can move, we can restore that chaos, restore that order, and then hopefully, take out Noel. We only have 3 chaos markers left, so that's becoming a concern. Those go out. Event card, Chapter 2. Still no special event. Tunnel track is activating twice. Oh, the joys. All right, Super Zeds. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. 4R is 0. We have to roll. Infection level does go up to 8 because of Noel. And I need to roll a 9 or higher. I rolled a 5. This goes down. We do have an outbreak. We're doing a fate draw to determine the fated track. The fated track is the mountain. So we get a regular Zeds unit in the closest Zeds control place on the mountain track. That's going to go back to Lefty's Pass. I'm up to 7. Woof. And now we have play this card, a Rusty Lock. Remove one super weapon opponent if you have discovered a super weapon. Otherwise, add one random early research card to the top of the deck. Doesn't really matter. We are stuck. Place a new Zed unit on the start space of the track with the fewest Zeds. Fewest Zeds is the highway, is the mountain track or the suburbs track. I will place it, or the forest track. I definitely need to start getting some farm space activities going on here. So I'll put this dude in the mountain track because that's only one unit. That does count as a unit, so I don't want to do. I got to start curing that chaos. We have a 6 over here, so that fate card is out. Eat. I have to eat 1. I can't, so I have to apply a hit to a player unit. I will put 1 hit on this dude. It's fine. We are now going to go to the Zeds activation. So Zeds that stumble out of the tunnel in Farmingdale. At the end of this phase, all Zeds units on the following tunnel track spaces attempt to move. Make a catacombs roll first if they're in the catacombs, I think is what that means. That's how I play it. If there's no room, they remain when they are. Great. Activating twice. Number 3 is activating. It is lost. I rolled a 1. Woof. He goes there. This goes up. It's human times 2 because of the barricade. I rolled a 5. What a garbage roll. That 5 means 2 damage to the Zed. He backs up. That gets a chaos marker. And he's got 2 health. 1 damage to my security forces. This guy activates. He goes into the catacomb. Again, we're going to activate the tunnel track. This guy comes in. This goes up. We're doing human times 2 because of the barricade. I rolled a 4 because I rolled really good. 2 damage. This goes back. He flips. 2 damage to me. So we have 1 health left. We might get the Savior Core back there, but remember, we have no more supplies. This guy makes a Catacombs roll. It's a 6. He's lost. It's a 2. You've got to be kidding me. Stacking limit. He backs up into the Catacombs. Wow. All right. Now we have to do this guy. If anyone on 3, he's in 3. We're doing a Catacombs roll. He's trying to move to the farm space. Holy crap. All right. He moves normal. He does move to the farm space, and now he's all the way over there. It does open up a path to that rumor, but oh boy. To say this is going poorly would be an understatement. Farm space is never clear. Oh, since he got placed there, we do a defensive perimeter roll, and defensive perimeter still does not work. Wow. 13 to a 7. One action. All right. Well, shoot. One action, we're moving El Toro Loco into there. He's in the start, healing some stuff. I'm going to do another action. We're going to heal, reduce that. We're getting these guys back. We're discharging them, putting them back in town center. We have a shift of 4, so it becomes a human advantage. But I don't think there's much I can do. We're going to do initiative. We're going to forage, try to get some more ammo. I rolled a 6 up to 7 ammo. So 7 ammo and no supplies. Of course, that goes away. We're going to do this. Housekeeping. We're going to heal, restore order here. This goes up. And we have 3 chaos markers left. All right, we still have Grim Determination. We still have Memorized Zeds. Let's see. We still have 4 special events to go. There we go. You got to be kidding. No kidding. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. So it's 4R. I'm going to move this guy up. And this guy up. Infection level does go up because Noel is not in the start space. We have to eat. We need higher than a 2. I rolled a 6. Remember, we got +1, 2. So I actually only needed I needed a 2 exact. which is good because again, +1 with the Savior Core in play. We're going to do Zeds at the beginning of this phase. Place a new Zeds unit on the start space of every track. Apply the stacking limit if necessary. Remove all hit markers from Zeds units. I think there's only these two. That's fine. We are adding Zeds units to everywhere. Just holding on by a thread. I need another hero is what I need. Woof. Why? Why do the heroes hate me? And these rolls could have definitely been far better. But at least he's flipped, so it's still human ×2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I was really trying to get to that rumor, but that's now going to get hard again because Zed units are added. Zed's pressure event, which we're not doing, we activate all tracks. Noel activates. This goes up like normal. It is going to be human ×3 because it's a 6 to a 3 plus the 1 for the terrain shift. So, all right, 9. No damage to me. We do a saving roll for Noelle. Please give me a 4, 5, or 6. Great. Noelle is out. 1, 2, or 3. She would have gone back to the start space, and that would have been super annoying. This guy comes up, so now I can put this back with a normal infection marker, and Noelle went out on the first try. That could have been a lot worse. Defensive perimeter roll. Defensive perimeter is highly unsuccessful. We are doing a gunfire attack of a 7 because the mine's going to flip to a 4 at the end of this. Please give me a 12 or 3. Oh my gosh. All right, 2 damage. We'll put it on that dude. Infection level comes up. We have a terrain shift of 4. 3 because of the strong point, 1 because of hunker down. So it will be Zeds ×3. It becomes human advantage. Please give me something good. No reroll. 10. Excellent. Human advantage. I rolled a 10. 3 damage to you. They back up. And no damage to me. I do have the Savior Core there, but obviously not exactly rolling well. Yeah, I don't feel like defensive perimeter. Can I roll again? I don't think they can roll again. That they go back because there's a thing where you can actually use the defensive perimeter to kind of keep pushing dudes back multiple times. Yeah, it's weird. This rule also applies when a Zed unit is placed on or withdraws retreats into. Yeah, if a Zed unit enters Kingman space, it retreats normally. No defensive perimeter roll is made. But if it was retreating from somebody else's space, it could, like in theory, move all the way back. Yeah, it's a little weird how they structured that. This guy comes up there. So we've activated these 2 tracks. This track, this goes up, this goes up. It is Zed's advantage, but remember, I have a 3 terrain, 1 because of the mine, 1 because of the train, 1 because of I'm an Eagle Scout. And remember, I have a reroll. So it's human ×2. An 8 or better would be great. A 10 is fantastic. 3 damage to you. You go back. And then this Zed's mob comes up. I forget how we got another unit on the mountain track, but you know, it's a thing. I think it was one of the event cards. These guys come up. This guy comes up. This guy comes up, and now the tunnel track. This comes in. This goes up. It's it's human ×2 because of the barricade. I'm just rolling like garbage for this dude. 2 damage, 1 damage, saving roll. We succeed. This goes up. He goes into here with an EKG marker. Bad rolls, but that barricade coming in huge. I can actually replace him now with that guy, which makes me happy. This guy will come in here into the space with the rumor. Woo! All right, 1 action. And that, I'm going to put the level 4 unit here to kind of hold down the fort there. We're going to forage with Deputy Schmidt. It's a 3, unsuccessful. Yeah, regular units only move 2. Man, I got a serious risk of an unchecked outbreak, and we looking at a super Zeds, which makes me nervous. I still have that player action. I have to get Chaos Markers back. I think I leave Toro Loco there. Again, I never want to remove the thing from East Iric. Defensive perimeter has been garbage. Deputy Schmidt's doing his work over in the mountain track. I am very much short-sighted, short-staffed everywhere else. I have no more supplies to build any more barricades. I did get the strong point out though, so I do have virtually three barricades on the board. I think I try to heal these elite forces. Remember, if I try to send these guys through these tunnels, they're going to get stuck in the catacombs, but the security forces don't need to make catacombs rolls. So if I do this, reduce this, heal this guy 1, and then we'll try to get them back. I think that makes some degree of sense. Housekeeping, these go away. That event is done. Next event coming out. Zed's Disease Quickening. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. Forest. All right, we're gonna move this guy. Gonna move this train here, and we're gonna give myself an extra layer of security there because the highway check is activating. I could move the refugees in, but again, these rumors are not proving all that helpful yet. This one's gonna be really hard to get as it is, and I just no heroes arrives cards has like been really bad. All right, so infection, I need to roll an 11 or a 12. Again, I don't have to worry about freaking Noel anymore. I rolled a 10, perfect roll. This goes out to 0. I do have an outbreak, but I will absolutely take that. Fate draw, forest. We're gonna get a regular Zeds unit in the forest track, the closest space that is Zeds controlled. Stacking limit's gonna apply. It's just gonna go back to St. Thomas. Players in town center cannot move for the remainder of the turn. I have no players in town center. That's absolutely fine. Eat. I need to roll higher than a 1, 2, 3. So actually, I only need to roll exactly a 3 because of the Savior Core. I rolled a 6. We're good there. At the beginning of this phase, make a Fate draw. There we go. We get another hold for later card. Most Chaos. Make a Fate draw. Place a new Zed unit on the start space of the Fated track. Most Chaos. We have 2 Chaos here, 2 Chaos there, 1, 2. I mean, I could just start letting the forest track utterly go to crap right now. I don't think I have a great option for that. So most chaos in the forest track. I can't really control you. It is what it is. Clint Eastwood, hold for later. Clint Eastwood emerges from the shadows to assist you before disappearing once again. Play this card at the beginning of a hand-to-hand combat for a one-time 3 shift. Fantastic. To begin with, make a Fate draw. Make a new Zed unit on the start shift of the track. During this turn, for each regular Zed unit eliminated or sent to the hospital after a saving roll, place a new Zed unit on its base where it was killed. Apply the stacking limit if necessary. I hope defensive perimeter starts rolling like crazy. So activating the highway track. This comes in. This goes up. We have a 5 to a 4, so with Zed's advantage, the barricade makes it a human advantage, and then human times 2 because of the train. So please give me an 8 or higher. We have a 7. That will do 3 damage to that sucker. So flips over to a 2, 1 damage to my security forces. Again, I have no supplies, otherwise the Savior Core could be really nice. This dude comes in, so that's now a 6, and this dude comes, that's now an 8 combined with the Zeds mob. That dude comes up into Interstate 5. Hopefully these barricades will hold out for a little bit longer. Activating the Forest Track. Please do a defensive perimeter. Oh! No, not once. That goes in. We're doing a gunfire attack of a 4. A 12 is huge. 3 damage. And this goes away. So the mine has been depleted. 3 damage. How do I flip that? No, I think I just get rid of that 5 strength. So 2 damage over there. We kill this Zeds unit. Now we have to go up because we're doing hand-to-hand combat. It is a 6 to a 3, but we have a shift of 4 to human advantage. Sorry, human times 2, because it's human. It's Zeds times 2, shift of a 4, hunker down plus the strong point. And now we're doing human times 2. An 8 is great, 3 damage. This guy flips. 2 damage over here. Like it. We activate the rest of the track. This comes in, actually defensive perimeter roll. Nope, doesn't work. Up, up. We're activating the forest track again. Defensive perimeter roll. Hey, we negate that. That goes up, that goes up. 3 event actions. Woo! All right. Considering I lost Xeno and I have no super weapon, I've got no extra heroes. I mean, this could be going a lot worse. All right. Heal down. He flips. And he still has the damage on him. No, he just flips. He just flips. No. Yeah, he still has the damage on him. Am I cheating here? He had one on him, right? Heal down, right. And then the next time he flips. Right. I only healed him once, I think. Someone can confirm that in the chat. Yeah, so that was the second time I healed him. I think that's absolutely right. And then he'll flip with 1 damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I only healed him once before. I think it was last round because I had nothing else happening. I can't move through town center. I still have no supplies, so it just doesn't matter. Yeah, some of that forest track going to crap. I mean, that was something went wrong in my strategizing here. To let the forest track get to such a point where I couldn't even get supplies. Human times 2. I could just do catacombs rolls with that dude, but if I get lost with my luck, that's going to be super bad. Do I want to try to get you back? Maybe. Start moving these refugees units in. I really want that. Can't research. Like, nothing's even giving me a chance to flip over research cards. Remember, I had to add a research card, so I'm actually like, yeah, so I'm 3 away because I flipped over 5. Restore order here, but I don't think that makes the most sense. I'm looking for a magical rabbit. It doesn't exist, I don't think. Alright, let me do this. Moving, infection goes up, coming here. Human times 2. 7. Great. 1 damage. 3 damage. This dude's dead. start restoring order in the tunnel. They can't move because they are stuck. They are stuck. I'll do a action gunfire attack with the colonel attacking that Zed's mob. I want a 5 or higher. I rolled a 7, 1 damage. We dot this guy out. So that will make that a little easier. I still have the initiative. I do a forage action at a mine. I rolled a 3, nothing happening. And I'll use last player action, have this go down, and we'll start healing up that other civilian unit. Because apparently, that's all I'm going to have by the end of this game. So, housekeeping, this heals. I mean, there's stored order. We have 4 chaos markers over there, or, candy corns, whatever you want to call them. These go away. This gets discarded next event. This fate card can come away. Toxic Zeds. Oh, highway track activating twice. That's great. And by great, I mean terrible. So, Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. Let me move these refugees out of the way. Hopefully, manage to keep them alive. Actually, I might cancel the double activation on the highway track. That's not crazy. Maybe get another rumor out. Hopefully it's not tunnel. Yeah. Let me get another rumor out. This guy comes in. This goes up. Fate draw. Don't be tunnel. Suburbs. So we get a rumor in the place. A rumor token goes in a place with the strongest edge unit or mob on that track. So it's actually going to go down here. Play this card. Place the leader marker on the strongest, closest town center, regular Zeds unit. Then activate this track, moving all units normally. Unit eliminated. The Zeds leader receives +1. All right. So the leader tokens, that's a really bad event card. The strongest, closest town center, that's going to be the 7. The leader thing was sort of with attacking. It's actually all hand to hand. They get a shift. So that's something to note. And now we have to activate that track, moving them normally. So the 6 tries to activate. Defensive perimeter does not work. This guy comes in. This goes up. Why did I move that refugee in? Because I had an idea and I went with it. So it is 6-3, which is Zeds times 2, a shift of 4. So it becomes human times 2. Booyah, a 6. Human times 2, 3 damage. They flip. 1 damage to Kingman. He flips. I have no supplies to heal him, even though the Savior Core is there. So that's a little gross. And then this guy activates defensive perimeter. Please, 1 time. Nope, not going to work. And then this guy comes in there. Again, that activated because of the event card, the fate draw. The fate card goes away. Now we go back to this. I have to do the infection phase. I need higher than a 4. I rolled a 5. Don't show off. Eat phase. I can't eat. I'm going to put 1 damage on a unit. We're just going to wipe out this dude and cemetery for him. And now Zeds activate twice on the highway track. Never mind mesmerize Zeds. Play during the Zeds phase to cancel all Zeds activations on any track. Let's keep the highway track where it is for now. We go to and that cancels all activations in any one Zeds phase. All right. Actions 2. At the beginning of this phase, place a new Zeds unit on the highway track start space. Place a Taka Zeds unit on the strongest regular Zeds unit until eliminated. 3 shift and all hand-to-hand combat with the Zeds unit. This is here. And there's no reason to think, there's nothing to say they can't have multiple things. So this is now a toxic Zeds unit leader. So we should try to kill them. Of course, my gunfire attack is now a lot weaker because of awesome rolling on my part. We do have 2 actions there, but I think I have a way to try to make this work this round. I definitely want to get that guy out of the way. Stack friggin' limited. Ah, that's terrible. Yeah, it's not great. All right, 2 actions. Woof. All right, we want to get this rumor for sure, so we're going to use 1 action to get El Toro Loco down here. We're going to use 1 action to continue to heal this dude. Infection level goes down. Michael, is this going to be a lot worse? It's something I tell myself every time I play this game. Jonathan, this is me too. Michael says you've had incredibly bad luck with not getting the hero or anything at this point. It's kind of impressive. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised this is still going okay. Catacombs, I've never actually tried to just move through the catacombs. So I don't even know if that's like a thing. Do I have to stop my movement or can I try to move through that? Catacombs. Is this a thing? What is this? Yeah, this is the comprehensive book, which is fine. Like, there's so many friggin' appendix that it's hard to find the index sometimes. Oh my god, stop it. Here we go. Catacombs. 27 and 34. So we'll go to 34 first. Nope. We'll go to 27. And sometimes the index is a little weird too. Alright, Catacombs. When activated to move... Not namespaces. When tunnel track is activated, can freely enter... If a player enters a catacomb space where multiple Zeds are present, when activated to move out of a catacomb space... But wait. I mean, can I just enter? This rulebook is simultaneously impressively bad and kind of good, and you know, catacombs rules. We're gonna level up. They can freely enter a catacomb space or retreat into a catacomb space required to do so. Player enters catacomb space with multiple Zeds, but can I enter and try to flee in the same activation? I think so. I mean, if there's nothing in there, I think I can try to move through it, right? I don't see why not. Yeah, defensive perimeters are going to have to shore up the forest for a minute. I don't really have much of a choice. Colonel Kingman's going to just go down with the ship. I mean, as long as I can't heal him, it's kind of useless. I can try to do something about these guys. I do have the ammo. So I'm going to spend my player action and an ammo, do a gunfire attack of a 4 against that Zeds mob. I rolled an 8. 3 damage. I'll flip the 6. It becomes a 4. I think that is better than eliminating the 2. No, probably not. Let me eliminate the 2. I probably shouldn't have had that information, but if they, what's more likely, it flips or it removes all hit markers? Now, I think it's probably all more hit markers. I have this initiative. We're going to forage with Deputy Schmidt because that's all he does. Oh, 2 more ammo. So tons of ammo, no food. You know, we're good to go. That's why remember, I started the game with 14 food and no ammo. So life is funny. That goes away. Event. We have so many more special events. Brains, of course. All right. Pressure event we don't have to do. Infection level goes from 3 to 7. All tracks activate with each unit activating once. Blah, 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 blah. So this track activates. Defensive perimeter, please, 1 time. Nope. Woof. Yeah, it might be time to do grim determination because that's a bad spot with the savior core and everything. So these guys come in. This guy goes up. It's a 10 to a 2, so it's Zeds times 3 plus 1 shift. So the net shift is 3 to the human side because it's a 1 there. So it'd be shift 4 but shift 1. So the net shift is 3. So it's Zeds times 3 becomes equal to a big roll here would really save a lot of problems. Well, I rolled a 5. So that's not going to work. So Grim Determination at the last stand. Play after Zeds unit attacks and wins. Change the combat result to 1 hit and the Zeds retreat. And now I still have this defensive perimeter, which hopefully will start paying some dividends. I'm going to put 1 hit on the leader toxic Zeds. And oh, that went up 2 more because they're toxic. This guy, stock limited, can't move in. This comes in, this goes up. It's human times 3 because of all the shifts. Remember, I have a reroll if I want it. I rolled a 9. Who needs the reroll? 9 is going to give me 3 damage. This dude is just eliminated. And then this Zed's mob comes in up here. This comes in, this goes up, very close to an unchecked outbreak, but we're not going to get there by some miracle. These should have been flipped over. It is, well, we could get there. We still could get there. It's a 6 to a 4, so that's advantage. We have a 3 shift, 2 because of the barricade, 1 because of the train. So it's human times 2. Booyah, I rolled an 8. That's a good roll. 3 damage to these guys. So this guy's out. He comes back up and up. And then finally, this guy activates and he'll go there. Brains event is done. And next event, remember, I would not be surprised if we have 2 special events in a row. There are level non-special events, and we've seen 6 of them. There are 4 special events. We've seen 2. So the ratio of special events to standard events is 2 to 5. All right, next event. It is not a special event. It's a Highway Night Assault, though, and that could be kind of gross. So, Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. Although we're actually fairly good, surprisingly. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. Deputy Schmidt is the man, but that's going to start wearing thin. I have no extra heroes. Like, what is happening? It's really bad. Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh, really my bad. This restored order that would have caused an unchecked outbreak during the Brains event activation. We would have done that combat. That was the last combat over here. Then we have to do an unchecked outbreak. So I roll first. I rolled an 8, so it goes from 13 down to 5. Then we do a fate draw. I'm going to get a super Zeds on the fated track. It goes into the suburbs. Fortunately, I'd already activated the suburbs track, so we would not have had to activate the Zeds, but if it was tunnel or highway, we would have had to activate the super Zeds as part of the Brains event. This goes here. It's a Zed Hemoth. I am never getting that rumor. Woof. Oh, but you see, it's good that we had a chaos marker there. Otherwise, it's the closest town, which would go there, and that's super bad. But that rumor is just gonna sit there and look pretty for the rest of time, kids. Wow. Excuse me. I don't know if you heard that from wherever you are in the world, but it was loud. So both of those rumors are in bad places. But again, ideally, you get a hero that comes up, from a Star Trek in space, and you get it. So the Zed Hemoth is super gross. They're tough. They ignore hits on a 1, 2, or 3, and they're just a 10. I really hate the Zed. I'm sorry. This is not the Zed Hemoth, is it? No, it's not even the Zed Hemoth. This is the Iron Zed. Even worse. He's him and Noel and the Vermin can. There's a very special place for me. A very special place I want to put them in my basement. That is not in this box. It's the garbage bin is what I'm trying to say. All right. The necessity is another invention. Play during the action phase to convert 2 supplies to 1 ammo. You can do this as many times as you like. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm so supply poor. This is not going well. All right, that is now done. Now we can go to the event. Now we got that all worked out. And Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, Rescuers. Bam! This goes up. Oh man. Woof. I didn't get the Rangers. I mean, even a Raider wouldn't be awful. I can get them on a track and help them have them clear out some Zeds. Great. We have to roll for infection. I need higher than a 5. I rolled an 8, so that's hasn't been the worst rolls when it comes to infection stuff. And now we have to eat 1. I can't. We're going to start losing some units I care about in a second if I don't get some supplies pretty soon. At the beginning of this phase, +1 per unit on the Zeds track. So there are 3 Zeds units on the Zeds track, so +1 infection for each. So we get up to an 8. Place a new Zeds unit on the highway track start space. Highway track is activating twice. No terrain shift during that phase. Woof. I forgot about that. Oh, yikes. And yikes. Activating twice. The highway track is getting slammed a lot. So no terrain shift, and that includes the train, I think. Yeah, they are a mobile terrain enhancement, so they do count as part of the terrain shift. Oh, great. So these guys come in. This goes up. It is a 4 to a 2, so at least I have that going for me. So human times 2, an 8. That's going to do it. That's 3 damage. This dude is dead. This dude activates, deactivates, and then we activate the highway track again. Again, we did not have the terrain shift, otherwise it would have been a smushing. We get 1 event action, which is not enough. I'm just going to keep doing this initiative thing and get as many bullets as I can. I rolled a 3, so, ineffective. Well, I'm kind of committed to healing this guy to full. This comes down. He comes here. Okay. I don't know how realistic it is to even get that dude where he needs to be. Ten to a 2. I'm gonna try to save Colonel Kingman, keep the defensive perimeter going. We will get a 3 shift, so we're back to equal to. Deputy Schmidt will be doing an equal to. I still have that. Actually, I'm gonna switch this. Let me start getting this refugee unit back in, and I'm keeping the train there. I just need the enhancement. I need the enhancement. Oof. Yeah, that was from the 4R phase, so I moved that refugee unit back, and we moved that up. These rumors they could be really strong. I literally don't know how I'm getting to them. All right, we're going to spend this player action and move this guy up there, and we can do an equal to battle with him and try to keep Kingman around for the defensive perimeter, if nothing else. But definitely things holding together by a thread right now. All right. Not healing any chaos. I do have 5 chaos markers available. We'll see what I can do with Mr. Iron Zed down here. Not totally stoked about that. Working a double shift. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, and Rescuers. 4R. We're activating on the mountain track. We're activating on the highway track. Maybe try to get another rumor out here. The more fate cards I go through, the more likely I get a hero. I don't know. Infection, I need higher than an 8. I rolled a 7. So this comes down. Fate card. Please be a hero. Ugh. Where player's choice. We have to put a regular Zed on a space of my choosing, people. And I think that space, believe it or not, is still basically going to be the nuclear power plant, or I could just apply a stacking limit up in St. Thomas. And I think that's still going to be what I want to do. So yeah, apply it there because it's the closest Zeds control unit. It gets moved back 1, and that's fine. And now we do the plot twist. Bubba DiNardo's banned. Place the Raiders. Bubba's banned, so this is this one. Place it on the start space of the above ground track with the fewest Zeds units. Bubba's band moves 1 space per turn during the 4R phase toward town center. If it survives, you lose a strength value in both supplies and ammo and inflict 1 hit on each unit in the town. In any town or town center space, this unit gets +1 in every hand-to-hand combat. Fewest Zeds units, so I could put them on the mountain track. I could put it on the fewest Zeds units. Oh, I have to put them on the tunnel track. Oh. No, above ground. Great. That's better. Yeah, I definitely don't want to, definitely could have put him on the forest track. I could have him mess with the friggin' Zed, the Iron Zed. I don't hate that. And then have Del Toro Loco take him out. I think that makes some sense. Here you go, Bubba. Few Zed's units. He'll have a party there. Great. So there is a reminder card, I think, for Bubba. Here we go. Yeah, they always get a shift depending on who they're fighting. All right. And fake card out. So, eat. I have to take a damage on somebody. Somebody somewhere. And it looks like it's going to be the Savior Corps. Thank you, Savior Corps, for taking one for the team. We're now going to activate the mountain track. This goes up. This goes up. It is 10 to a 4. That's going to be Zeds times 2. And then I have a shift of 3 between the mine, my Eagle Scoutness, and the mobile terrain enhancement. That is the train. I have a reroll if I want it. That's an 8. Don't think I'm going to reroll that. Heck no. So 3 damage. They go back. And then I have a tough roll, so hopefully I can cancel that hit. I have this first time he would have taken the damage, which is crazy. I do cancel the hit. Thank you, Deputy Schmidt, for all of your awesomeness. Look at me. So that's done. That did go up. I did that correctly. Highway track activates. This comes in. This goes up. It is a Zed's advantage, and we get 3 shift, 2 because of the barricade, 1 because of the mobile terrain enhancement. 6. That is 2 damage. 1 damage, so now he's injured and is on that side. But that's fine. This 4 comes up, this 7 comes up. I think we're good there. Now, we go to the action phase. During this phase, you can increase infection level up to 3 times max. For each infection increase, you may either gain a free heal action or perform a free research action. Great. I'm going to increase the infection once to get a heal action here. And this goes back down because it is a heal action. I'm going to increase the infection level and do a heal here. This goes back down. I'm going to increase the infection and do a heal and flip Kingman over to his proper side. I kind of wish it was worded differently because it's a little weird. I wish it was like, hey, either get 3 free heal actions without infection decrease or increase infection to do a free research action, because it feels like cheaty. But I mean, I guess they worded it such that you kind of they get you where you want a lot easier, but it always feels a little weird. All right, I got a text. Even you Okay, great. What is going on? Marcel says, hi, greetings from Germany. Good luck. Hello, Marcel. Thank you very much. I kind of need it, but things are happening. Things are happening. All right, we have Kingman back, which makes me happy. I have ideas over here. Schmidt is just a superhuman. We're going to do, speaking of Schmidt, initiative, foraging. Oh my god, another 6. So nine of those. I'm going to spend the player action and then ammo, gunfire attack of a 4 on the highway track. I rolled a 9, gunfire attack of a 4. That's 2 damage. Let's flip this guy over, and he has 1 damage on that side. I'm going to spend an action to heal this dude. We're going to just keep healing people. It's really helping with the infection a lot. Oh, man. And I think we try to get rid of that clown. So we're going to do action, ammo, gunfire attack of a 3. I rolled an 8. That's 2 damage. So he flips. Goes from a 7 to a 5. So he's still awful. Still really bad. All right, I'm not going to attack him again just yet. Kingman's back to his 3 side. I think I can start trying to get down here, get that rumor in the tunnel. So I'm going to use my last action and move this dude. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I couldn't even move him there. I was stack limited. Last turn, I would have had to move the Savior Core there, which makes so much more sense. And then I would have just had him there, because I would have been trying to set up for him to be in there. Yeah, that was my fault. I was totally stack limited. And then this turn, I'm going to move this guy. This turn, I'll move this guy. Oh, we're stack limited here. Gross. This turn, I'm going to move this guy back so I can start moving the security forces through the tunnel. Yeah, I moved that there. I couldn't. The Savior Core is there. I stack limited. I knew that before and I just forgot. So just pretend it actually obviously worked out to my advantage, where I was like, all right, I need to shore up Colonel Kingman, but it would have taken me multiple steps. I just got lucky that the forest track didn't activate. Kingman healed, so he was able to do the gunfire attacks of a 3. It all worked out to my favor, and it is what it is. So, but I moved the Savior Core to make room because obviously Kingman was in trouble where he is, but I wouldn't want to have abandoned the stronghold. It wouldn't have made any sense. So that's fine. And I moved that guy here, and now he can start. The security forces can start moving through the tunnel track to try to get to those Chromotechnics labs. Housekeeping, we still have 5 chaos markers to play with, so that's fine. We are gonna have a glut of special events, though. I think there's 5 cards left in chapter 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 3. Yeah, so 3 are regular events, 2 are special events. I think there's at least 1 more brains card. We've got some problems. What is this? All right, research discovery. At the end of this phase, raiders, rangers, refugees, rescuers. We're activating the highway track, so that's fine. We're eating again. I'm going to keep taking damage for that. Ugh, the Savior Core might be injured again. So I'm going. Oh, raiders. Bam. Rangers. Rescuers, refugees. I have 1 R for the refugees. We'll try to get these guys in place. I don't think I'm ready for another rumor. I'm running out of space to put them. I think. Maybe. Might be a good time though. Now let's get those guys closer from the mountain track. I'll deal with that. All right, infection phase. I need to roll higher than a 2. I did. I rolled a 10. All right, eat. I need to take a damage somewhere. Savior Core is flipping to its weaker side. Zeds are activating the highway track. This comes in. This goes up. It is Zeds. It's equal to, but then I have 3 terrain shift. 2 because of the barricade. 1 because of the train. I rolled a freaking 2. Oh! It's so hard to do as many times as I do. 2 damage to this guy. He's dead. 2 damage to me. I flip. And have 1 damage left on me. Woof. This comes up. This comes in. All right. At the end of, research discovery, at the end of this phase, if a player unit is in the university space, turn over the next card on the research deck for free, place a goodies marker, blah, blah. I am in the university space, so I'll just turn over a card and still not get the super weapon. That's totally fine. but I'll put our token there as a reminder. So bad, dude. All right, this guy clearly needs to heal. I get 2 actions. We're going to spend 1 action to get him back to the hospital, 1 action to put the other security forces there. So still delayed trying to get to the chromotechnics lab. We're going to do 1 action for our initiative. I rolled a 3, nothing happening. And then player action, we're going to start healing this guy up again. He flips. No, I keep doing that. Stop doing that, Greg. He'll have to, when next heal he flips, after that he'll be fully healed. And yeah, I'm looking at this man with no name to try to save it to suburbs track. I mean, I'm expecting another brains event very soon. Colonel Kingman should be okay. I don't know. We'll see. Goodies comes off. We're going to have an early research card flip over, +2 supplies. Nice. Zeds jerky. Animals attacked by Zeds that escaped and did not turn were deemed unaffected and safe to eat by scientists. Those poor survivors are quickly scavenged by hungry locals for protein. The most popular new food item is seasoned meat strips dubbed Zeds jerky. It's a little, yeah, it would have been nice if I just left Zed's poisoning out, considering how Xeno's unceremonious end here, but the fact that I've been surviving with 3 heroes and the Savior Core is pretty bananas. I'm not going to lie. All right, next event, probably a special event. Here we go, Brains. So, pressure event, we ignore. This goes up, and it's unfortunate too, because I was just about to have the Raiders come in. But I digress. Let's see what's happening. All tracks activate once. This comes in. This goes up to 6. I'm going to play a man with no name. Clint Eastwood emerges, gives me +3 shift in any hand-to-hand combat. So it's a 15 to a 6. That's Zeds times 2. 3 shift because of Clint Eastwood. I get to human advantage. Come on, El Toro Loco. Make it happen. A 6. Human advantage. So 2 damage. 2 damage to El Toro Loco. So he's injured, but he did win. I'm obviously going to try to do the Iron Zeds because they're super annoying. It has to be high to stick. It's not high to stick. Yes, 1 damage on the Iron Zeds. Woof. That's going to be a thing. All right. Thank you for Clint Eastwood making this 6 actually be useful. Man. The Donardo does restore order, so this could be a good time to have El Toro Loco start heading to the hospital so he can heal up. That's fine. Defensive perimeter, 5 or a 6, please. Oh my gosh, dude. This could be the end of the game. So 8 to a 3. This goes up 3 because the oozers. And it's Z times 2. 1 shift that way, 4 shift this way. So it's another human advantage. Definitely need a big one here. I rolled a 7. 2 damage. Kingman flips again. 2 damage on the leader. These guys are stack limited, cannot come in. This comes in. This goes up. It is 7 to a 4. That's Zed's advantage. We have 3 shift. It's human times 2. Again, 1 shift plus 1 shift plus 1 shift. I have a reroll if I need it. Well, I'm rerolling the 2, and I rolled a 3. Oh! All right, 2 damage to these guys. They back up. I do win with a 3 because it was human times 2. I'm about to take 2 hits. I cancel on a 4, 5, or 6. I cancel 1. Please cancel the second. I cancel the second. Whoa, tough rules for the win. All right, this comes in. This goes up. It is a 4 to a 3, which is Zed's advantage. I'm shifting 3 because of the barricade and the train. Human times 2. I rolled a 10. There's a good roll. 3 damage. This dude flips. This guy comes up, and this guy comes in and gets lost in the catacombs. Brains event is down. Next event. Oh, why did I do that? Make this stack here. So I think we're close to the end of chapter 2. We have 1 more special event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. So 2 more regular events, 1 special event. Flaming Zeds. All right, Raiders, Rangers, Refugees, and Rescuers. We're super close to an outbreak over here, and El Toro Loco is in bad shape. So Raiders are going to go first. So the 6 is coming in. It is a 15, so Zeds times 2 against the Donardo. But remember, Donardo always gets a shift in hand-to-hand combat, so since he's against the Zeds, it shifts toward the human side, so it's only Zed's advantage. They retreat. Which way do they retreat to? When fighting player units, they steal retreat direction. They always retreat toward the start space. Interesting. So a big roll here would be nice because they can really help deal with these Iron Zeds, and if they stay there, they will restore order, which is pretty cool. And then I can get freaking El Toro Loco the heck out of there. So this is the Raiders part of the 4R phase. They rolled a 5. Woof. So 5 Zed's advantage. That's 3 damage to Leonardo. So he gets 2 and he's back. 1 damage to the Zeds. A 4, 5, or 6, it sticks. It's a 1, does not stick. Iron Zed for the win, and that's not great. That's really bad. There was a window there. There was a chance. We could have been a contender. All right, refugee movement. I have to go through these fake cards until I get another hero. Like, I just don't see another way. So yeah, I mean, there's just too many things. So we're gonna move this refugee unit in. Oh, that's gonna mean an outbreak. What's activating? We're getting an unchecked outbreak anyway. Yep, it is what it is. In, up, fake card draw, player's choice. Great. I can put a rumor on player's choice. Oh, that's super bad. Not what I wanted. All right, I can put a rumor somewhere on any track. I think the Mount track looks wonderful this time of year. What's this Flaming Zeds crap? Yikes. Mount track gets a rumor. Hopefully, Deputy Smith's magic continues. Great. Perform an unchecked outbreak, but do not lower infection. So, it just means that I pull a fate card, and we're putting a Super Zeds on the fated track, which could be super bad. Highway. Super Zeds on the highway. Closest space that is Zeds controlled is the power plant, and we get the Doom Zeds, which is all sorts of not amazing. All right, and then we got throw something at them. Play when your unit is attacked hand-to-hand combat. Before conducting a hand-to-hand combat, make a 2-strength gunfire attack against the attackers. After applying the gunfire's attack results, continue with the hand-to-hand combat. Again, could be worse. So we form the unchecked outbreak. Also place a unit in the town center. If there's one in the hospital showing there's only 1 hit remaining, I do not have any units in town center, so we don't have to worry about that. Unreal. So we did an unchecked outbreak at 12, but I don't get the roll to reduce it. It just stays at 12, which is super bad. All right, so that is that. We have a third rumor on the board. We have 3 refugee units back at home. I can always equip them, put them in town center if I need to, but it is what it is. Infection level, no. Eat, no. So I don't do anything for those 2 phases. Zeds. During this phase, each Zeds unit or Zeds mob that enters or leaves a chaos space receives a 2 shift on its hand-to-hand attacks. Each Zeds unit that enters or leaves a chaos space also suffers 1 hit after its move, but only after a combat is resolved. This applies to both units in an affected Zeds mob. At the end of this phase, do a pressure event, which you don't have to do. All right, activating over here. They're leaving a chaos space. It is a 7 to a 4, which is Zed's advantage. However, +2 shift because they're on fire, people. What is it? It's amazing. They're flaming Zeds. So Zeds times 3, I get a 3 shift back to make it an equal to. They will both suffer 1 damage at the end of this. Remember, I have a reroll if I need it. This would be a great time for a 12. A 9 is equally excellent. So 2 damage. Oh, man, I'm going to put 2 damage on him. These... All right, so this combat result, I win. 1 damage to me. Say a tough roll. No, Deputy Schmidt. Didn't work. And after that, they both suffer 1 damage. So this one actually flips to a 2, and this one comes off the board. All right. That's the end of the mountain track activation. Now we activate the suburbs track activation, and oh boy, El Toro Loco is in El Toro trouble. And yeah, the Donardo's roll being so crappy was not great for me. That is for sure. So these guys come in. Oh, that would have triggered that too, by the way. So it's a lot. All right, unchecked outbreak. Please roll high. 10, excellent. This goes down to 3. We now do a fate draw. We have to put another Super Zeds on the fated track. The Super Zeds is going to go on the mountain. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. I forget how community orders play at the action phase to place a new. Hey, another heroic civilian. I forget how this would have. Did they have a? One of them had 2 damage, and I just flipped the other. I think is how that happened. I think there was already a 2 marker on one, and why this is bad is again. I think it was. I think one had a 2, and then one had the other one. So when they went back. After that, the Super Zeds has to get placed. The Super Zeds is going to go here. It is the healer. And now, because this track is activated and they haven't activated yet, they do activate. Now, this guy's already activated. He came back and lost. This guy's now going to come in, and Deputy Schmidt's in serious trouble. Oh, man, because it's +2 again because of the Flaming Zeds, which is just so awful. So this goes up. So the fact that this is a mountain track is a big problem. Deputy Schmidt, I think his reign of terror is over, and that's bad because we're not even gonna get that rumor now. So it's going to be Zeds times 2. It's actually, and then there's 2 more terrain shift because of Flaming Zeds, and then 3 back. So it actually ends up as Zeds advantage. I do have a reroll, but if this is not a 12, I'm in serious trouble. I rolled a 6. I'm using my reroll. It's a 7. 1 damage to the Reanimator. It takes another damage because it left a chaos space. We do a chaos marker here. 2 damage to Deputy Schmidt. He cancels the first. Can he cancel the second? He does. So he's still alive, but he's no longer in the mine, and that train is about to go up in smoke. The Reanimator, the way the Reanimator works, again, it took a second damage because it left a chaos space because it was flaming, and the way the Reanimator works is recovers 1 hit every time it's activated. So now he's injured. El Toro Loco is about to be smushed, so this has to go up for this combat. It is, Zeds times 3 billion against El Toro Loco. That's a 3. El Toro Loco is super dead. Saving roll. No, El Toro Loco is out of the game. This is not going to work, people. They're going to put a chaos marker here. They did leave a chaos space. This guy suffers 1 damage. The Iron Zed might suffer a damage. It's not canceled, so the Iron Zed has 2 damage on it. Lots of going on with the Flaming Zeds. It's not the easiest card to play out. We get 2 actions in the action phase. Deputy Smith's going to use initiative. He's going to try to come home. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, he's a little short of making it to the hospital. Mike Owen says you're correct on the damage for those Zeds. Thank you. Woof. Community organizer. Playthrough to place a new available sets of my choice. Man, I can do the Clarion Courier. And then hope I get lucky with the next one. Sure. So I'm going to put them in Town Center. We get the Clarion Courier. The newspaper guys showed up. They are a 1/1. You receive 1 random heroic civilians at Town Center when this unit enters play, including during setup. The second supply you would spend during any action phase is free, or any phase is free. Units in Town Center can defend themselves from Zeds. You lose the game if the battling unit loses the battle. Whew, all right, so now I get a new random one. I have 7 more units over there. I got 1, so it gives me the checkmates. That's interesting. I'm going to do this with the Savior Corps, the checkmates, and the Clarion Courier. Doesn't seem reasonable. All right, the checkmates come in, so we're going to replace. Where's your checkmates marker? Here we go. They're over here. We're going to replace. We'll just put this over here. At the start of each action phase, roll a die. If the result is greater than X, the number of event actions received that turn, gain 1 additional event action, even if that increases the number of event actions past 4. Replace the event action marker with the checkmates marker as a reminder. I don't replace it, I just add to it when I have it. Each refugee unit in the refugee camp increases this full strength side by +1. So right now, this is actually a 4 unit, which is pretty nice. I get the other 2 in there, it will become a 6. Reduced strength is by half plus 1/2 as new people join the club with the mind to fight Zeds. The chess club is going to be the ones to save the day. Maybe. Ugh. But chaos is now all of a sudden the serious issue. Alright. Well, shoot. My second supply spent is free. Alright, we're going to doing. I used initiative already. We're going to do a player action to put the checkmates up here. And then we're doing a gunfire attack of a 4 against that mob. Let's get rid of the oozers and the leader. That's a 7. Gunfire attack of a 4, 7, 2 damage. This guy's dead, 1 damage on this dude. Both of those go out. And bye-bye, regular super Zed leader oozer dude. You're the worst. Alright, I have 1 more action. I'm going to actually heal up Colonel Kingman. Oh, you know what? Yeah, never mind. I had a supply back, right? They didn't move there. I would have done this and a supply to heal Colonel Kingman, and then he did gunfire attack of a 3 with that first action. Great. So that means I have 1 action left. We spent the ammo. It was just 1 damage. 1 damage killed that dude. That makes more sense than putting the checkmates up there. And now I have 1 supply. The second supply I spend is free in any one phase. So I still have 2 actions left, and I think what makes the most sense, this is a mess. I'm going to use an action and move the checkmates out here, and then another action, and 1 supply is free, so I'll spend my last supply to get a barricade over here in the mountain. It's not ideal, but I think that's what I need to do. So to review, I had 2 actions plus initiative. Initiative, I moved him down. I used the Savior Corps with the supply to heal Colonel Kingman. How did I get the 2 supplies again? I don't know. Something gave me supplies. It was exciting. I'm going to, and then I moved my last, I used a gunfire attack with Kingman, rolled a 7, did 1 damage. I killed the elite whatever oozer dude, and then, or toxic. So yeah, he was toxic and leader. And then I lose my last 2 action to get this checkmates over there, and I built a barricade, and it was a 1 supply discount because of the effects of the Clarion Courier. These get replaced. I have this Iron Zed over here, which is a big pain in the balls. It's a technical term. The way the animator came out was really gross. It's kind of partially my fault for risking it. Remember, I wouldn't have had to pull the fate card then and done the unchecked outbreak until if I didn't put the refugee unit in to try to get another rumor out. So that's my fault. The timing would have been different. It would have been way better if I had pulled that card here and I'd already activated the mountain track. The animator wouldn't have animated, and that would have been a lot better. But it is what it is. Can't go back. We'll just live with this regret. All right, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So two more cars, one special, one is not. I mean, they're all special in their own way. The doctor is in. Another unchecked outbreak. We're getting another Super Zeds. You have to be kidding me. All right, Raiders. This guy's going to go here. Rangers, refugees, rescuers. No one else will move. Infection, no. At the end of the phase, immediately put this to 13 and do an unchecked outbreak. So unchecked outbreak, booyah. It's a 9. Good roll there. This goes down to 4. Fate card. We're getting a Super Zed in the tunnel track. So the only one with the chaos marker is back here, so that's helpful. We won't have to deal with this for a while. Farmingdale Project.ca, play during the action phase when you have a player unit in Dr. Martusa's office to turn over the next card on the research deck for free. Right. Oh, I got the 2 things there. Oh, it's the brain Zeds. Excellent. I'm in so much trouble, dude. The berserkers, they always act as if it's brains. Fantastic. Then there's 2 pressure events. I don't need to worry about that. In a versus game, don't need to worry about that. Don't have to do that. Zeds are activating on the highway track. Yikes. This comes in. This goes up. It's 9 to a 3. That's Zeds times 3. A shift of 3 because of the train and the barricade. Please give me good luck. That's not going to... This throw something at them is definitely not going to do anything good for me. So, big roll. An 8 should do. That's fine. 2 damage. These go back. 1 damage to me. Good time for an 8. The Doomsdads cannot come in. Remember, the Doomsdads always force you to retreat. That's super problematic, but it's good to have the Clarion Couriers chilling there in Town Center. Activating the mountain track. The animator is going to heal 1 because he activated. This guy comes up. This guy comes up. This train is destroyed. We'll just put that over there. In the cemetery. It's not only a cemetery for people, it's a cemetery for metal, hunks of metal as well, apparently. We're now going to do the tunnel track. This guy has to do a catacombs roll. He is lost. Ugh. This is how it happens, kids. I rolled a 4. He ends up going to the next space anyway. We will put a chaos marker at Dr. Matusa's office. We have 2 left over there. And then the berserker is going to move over there. 1 action. We're going to roll. If higher than a 1, I get a second action. Thank you to the checkmates. That should do nicely. We're going to use a checkmates action to move the refugees in. I haven't lost any of them yet. It's been one of the reasons I've been able to keep the infection relatively reasonable. But remember, I've had 2 unchecked outbreaks forced on me. Maybe 3 forced on me. So that's kind of gross. Oh, this is nuts. I mean, I have no business still being in this game. None at all. All right, initiative. We're moving Schmidt into the hospital. He's got to heal. We're going to spend an action. Ding. Flip him over with 1 hit point. Yeah, I mean, there's really no point, like, trying to do anything right now. A gunfire attack could be helpful. Flip that 7 over. I'm not excited about those dooms that's behind, but it could help the math. Great. Action, gunfire attack. Remember, I don't have Schmidt over there, so I do need to be a little careful. It's only a gunfire attack of a 3. I rolled a 6, so I've been getting good luck there. So 1 damage. Let's flip this sucker over and make this math better. That's now a 4. Yeah, it's a ton better for me. All right. Cleanup. We're going to do the Raiders. Restore that order there. So that's a chaos marker that comes back. These both flip. Again, I've gotten 0 rumors so far. That comes out. And now we can go to the next event, which will be a standard event, the last event of Chapter 2. All right, Raiders, Rangers, Refugee Rescuers. The Raiders are going to come in. They're going to get demolished by the Iron Zeds, it appears. So this does go up. So infection does go up when you're fighting the Zeds. It is a 15 to a 3. So that is obviously dead times 3. but it does shift over because they're fighting on the human side. At 8 or higher, we have a chance to flip over the Iron Zed. I rolled a 7, so no dice. The Raiders are out of the game. We'll put them in the cemetery. Sorry, Raiders, you tried hard, but you were kind of garbage. We have 1 refugee activation. I will use it on... Man, I probably want to get the checkmates up as quickly as I can, right? If I make them a 5, so we'll use it on this. Highway track's not activating this turn anyway, and now we are good. Rolling for infection, I need higher than a 6. I rolled a 7. Don't show off. Eating, I need higher than a billion. If I roll a 6, I'm actually good because I need higher than a 6. Remember, I have +1 because of the Savior Core. I did not do it. I have to spend a supply. I don't have a supply, so I'll put a damage on the Savior Core. They're 1 health away. We're gonna get 2 event actions, and I can roll for the checkmates. I rolled a 2. I do not get another action. At the beginning of this phase, I'm going to roll a die. I rolled a 6. No effect. That's fine. All right, initiative. I'm using that on myself to heal. I could not do that if I had a EKG marker on, but I can do that otherwise. I'm going to use this action to heal him to full. So he's back. Oh, I have to activate tracks, don't I? I do. I do. I didn't want to, though. Don't make me. All right, let's actually... I spent these 2 actions. That's fine. I'm not going to undo that. It's a silly... I have no chance of causing an outbreak. Let me actually activate the tracks. Highway... Did I... This is the first time I've done that, right? That would be really dumb if I did that before. So these guys come in. This goes up. It's a Zeds ×2, but it's 3 shift. It comes over to human advantage. I rolled a 7 with human advantage, so that's 2 damage to this clown, 1 damage to me. Now this guy's injured on the weaker side, and that's done with that track. Tunnel track, he moves into the catacombs, he moves into the catacombs, and now tunnel track activates again. Catacombs roll for that guy, he stays. Catacombs roll for the berserker, he moves normally. He's in Dr. Matusa's office. Now we're in the action phase. I already spent 2 actions. I have these 2 actions here. I think I just have to keep switching these 2 guys, man. It's freaking crazy. That's crazy. All right, gotta do this action. Get him. 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, if I think I keep Schmidt flexible. We'll do this action. We'll get these security forces back here. It's just been an absolute train back and forth of them healing, coming back, switching up. It is what it is. Schmidt here makes some sense with 5 bullets. That should be enough to take out the Iron Zeds. But, you know, there's a thing that is happening that's not entirely great. All right, this flips. I'm not restoring order anywhere. I do have 3 candy corns over there. Campground is in danger. Beauville's in danger. Security guard post is in danger. So I do need to start being aware of the number of the ground that I've conceded to these zombie hordes. So I do think getting Deputy Schmidt over here is going to be a prime priority. If I can get more supplies, I can build a barricade there, but I don't know where those supplies would actually come from. So this event is over. Welcome to chapter 3. Bam. Chaos runs rampant. Yeah, no kidding. Raiders, Rangers. I have no more Raiders. They're dead. Rangers, refugees, rescuers. Where are we activating? Tunnel, diamond. Ooh. Mountain, diamond. Oh, I lose. I can't overcome this. East namespace becomes Zed's control. This turn receives 2 chaos markers. So campground is in problem, and security guard post. I can move the refugees in and hopefully get lucky. So refugees go in. This goes up. Fate draw. Yep. +2 supplies and +2 ammo. We put a rumor in the forest track. There is no rumor there yet. So this would go with the strongest Zeds mob. This goes back on St. Thomas, but it doesn't really matter. Infection, no. Eat, no. At the beginning of this phase, pressure event. And then, again, they're activating the tunnel track. He activates, he heals. We put 2 chaos markers there. He activates. There's nothing else to activate on that track. Activating the tunnel track. Well, Catacombs roll. Well, if he's stuck, maybe. Hey, he's lost. He rolls a 1. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, that's such a perfect way for me to lose this. Because he comes here. Now we have a battle. So I actually kind of need to... If I win the battle, he retreats and causes that to be chaos marker. So I kind of need to lose the battle. You can't, like, force yourself to lose a battle. And there's no way I'm doing 6 damage at once. So this is super gross. So it is Zed's advantage. It becomes human advantage. I need to roll a 3 or worse. Can I roll a 3? One time. 3. No, I rolled a 10. Yeah, so that's 3 damage. He backs up. Now he has to place 2 chaos markers. I'm out of chaos markers. So chaos runs rampant for the win. Of course, I roll a super big 10 there. This guy would have come in. Highway track would have activated. And now I'm just playing because I'm upset. This goes up. It is Zed's advantage. It becomes human times 2. I rolled an 11. Look at that big roll. 3 damage. Kills and 2 there. And then the Doom Zeds follow suit. But I have lost the game. Wow. That was a crazy run considering a lot of bad luck. Early good rolls, no extra heroes. Just you know, I was able to get these units, but you know, losing Xeno, not getting the... I mean, I was definitely on target to get... Ooh. That's really strong. Yeah, vaccination's helping. Then we get super weapons. Yeah, the top late research card, all outbreak space, new Zeds, and super Zeds on start spaces, which would have been really nice. What are these rumors were? The war plan black. Spend during X phase to gain 2 ammo once apply. This turn only, your stacked units can combine their gunfire strengths to make a gunfire attack. Units that cannot make gunfire attacks cannot contribute any strength to such an attack. Spend this shit after its second use. Wow. Spend this chit after its second use. I guess I don't know how you would mark that, but that's really strong. This rumor was the ancient burial site. Every Zed unit exiting the space for any reason suffers 2 hit. Oh, that would have been glorious. This rumor up here, Federal Gun Registry, forwards results of a 1 or 2, provide 1 ammo in St. Thomas. And then we would have had this rumor here, would have been Dr. Martuse's journal. Spend during the X phase to remove any Super Zed unit in play and return to the Zed's Cup. Also select any 1 research card that was set aside during setup and place on the top of the research discard pile. This does not count as successful research, but you do receive the card's benefit. Wow. So we would have been able to look at the late research cards that were not in the game. These are early. A new science. Could have got a new science hero. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I would have taken it. It would have been a new science. Place a new random science hero. The new it would have been a G, or a G or Carter. I mean, either one of them would have been amazing. Who else is science? Science. Yeah, it's a G, or Seaver, or Agent Wright. I mean, all 3 of those would have been awesome. Well, not meant to be. I think getting to Chapter 3 felt like a little bit of a moral victory. That was a pretty nuts display. And to lose on that, just to lose that way is like kind of gross. You're like, oh, come on, man. Why that card? I just get to Chapter 3. so stupid. That's really sad. I just get to chapter 3. Can't I just had to withdraw to kind of pull things back. I mean, that sequence over here with Schmidt really set things up where I just was going to lose control over there. And it's just like, again, I have the lost roll and he goes to 1. I mean, like any other number, I feel like if I could have survived, I really would have had a chance. I mean, I could have done some things here. Like Schmidt's back to healthy. We can try to come here with the reanimator, start healing those suckers up with his reroll. I mean, Kingman was doing fine here. I don't know what I was going to do here, especially if I had to send Schmidt that way, but I would have had a couple more rounds to try to figure it out. So it is what it is. All right. The ending felt pretty apropos, getting a big roll when you didn't need it. Honestly impressed you made it to chapter 3. Joey says, yeah, that was impressive for what you had. Yeah, your luck really swung from great to bad on this one. Fun as always. Yeah, it's so good, man. I mean, Herman Lutman, when he said like his goal was to make a game that you liked even when you were losing, and I'm like, dude, like what a home run, man. It's so frustrating though. Like there are times I'm like, "Ugh," like, come on, dude. So bad. Man, what game was I playing? It was Champions of Midgard, where I definitely bounced the die across the room in a game with my friends. I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me, dude. I don't know why I like dice games so much. They're just fun. They make you feel alive, right? It's a thing. It's a thing. But that was fun. It was cool to see like how much you can do at times with very little, where you're just, you get Schmidt. I mean, Kingman, what did I roll defensive perimeter once? And he still managed to just kind of keeping him alive, getting a couple of heals, managing to kind of keep him like hunkering down over there. Again, definitely using the terminology on this card. Schmidt really held off the mountain track for a very long time. He managed to do a nice little using security forces back and forth to really shore up the highway. You see the math really helping with those barricades, even to overcome some of my bad rolls. Never getting any of the rumors was unfortunate. The rumors are great, but you do try to. I do find myself I spend how many actions trying to get them that doesn't work. If I don't get the reanimators over there, Schmidt cleans out the mountain track, and then I would have gotten the ancient burial site, and that just having that bam every time a Zed unit enters there, just 2 damage. That really have added up over the course of a game. Getting the war plan. I mean, just the Iron Zeds, because I really I thought I was going to be able to get that with what's his name, um, with El Toro Loco. But realistically is you want a hero to put on a start space, and I get a hero there, and the hero comes, and it's like, oh, look at this rumor I found, right? So you don't mind them being that far out, but that you do need other cards to cooperate. It is funny to me, like I'll have games where I feel like I'll get 3 or 4 new heroes, if not more. Then I'll have games like this where it's like just I couldn't find another hero for the life of me. That too with Xeno was absolutely awful. I needed like a 5 or better. I still think that's the right play because it was like I was really in a place where like, all right, I could save the train. I saved the train. I could keep using that back and forth to get the things. Like, all right, what even if he takes a damage, whatever, that's fine. But I was human +2, I think. Yeah, I was human +2. So a 5 or better, I'm not even concerned at all. Um, and then I rolled that beautiful 2, and I'm like, oh, that was it's a little risky the way I did it, but like I this game you have to take risks. And I was like, fine, if he gets damaged, he goes to the hospital, he heals. I had another unit there I could have sent to the cemetery. I think it was actually this unit who had been there from like the beginning of the game. I could have sent him to the cemetery, flipped over another research card. I think all of that would have made some sense. And instead, research got utterly stalled, and I was just kind of SOL in really ever getting on top of the game for the rest of the game for sure. Um, the Mike says the Russian intensity this game can provide is like no other in the minimal amount of board games that I played thus far. Yeah, it's great, dude. I mean, it's just such a it really is just a bad zombie movie, right? And I mean that affectionately, right? It's I don't watch a lot of like B movies, right? Like, but it's just all the cheese and the campiness and the tropes that are encapsulated in this game, and they're just so well executed that it's a game that just doesn't take itself too seriously, but gives you like this deeply rich game where tactics and strategy are going to be what you, I mean, you need to really think through your actions and how you're spending them just to give yourself a chance to win if you get lucky. And that luck, that line between like luck and skill in board games is always fun to kind of teeter on. um I like games that combine them both in dynamic ways, and I think if you look at Maze Knight, you look at Spirit Island, you look at this, you look at Gaia Project, like there's just that continuum of like, hey, the better players are going to win more games, but the better players still at the levels that I play, you still need to have something cooperate, in order to actually pull off that win. And I love that balance, the balance of the two for sure. So, it's probably the old poker player in me, and at least when I was unlucky in poker, I would lose money. When I'm unlucky here, it's still fun. And because losing funny is never fun. I don't care. I don't care how much I won by year's end. Those bad sessions still stuck with you. At least they stuck with me way too much for me to continue to play as much as I used to, for sure. But I'll let my wife go and win all the money at poker and tell me all her stories and live vicariously through her. But this has been super cool. So what a fun week. Yeah, I definitely had way different plans coming into this week, and I was just looking at what I was still learning and what was realistic. So really excited with everything part of the channel. Again, the two button shy games yesterday, this today, and the Spirit Island was awesome. I'll be back. Oh, Siege of Valeria was on Wednesday. Still like, oh, that game is like almost so great, and it just so we'll see what they do with that in the future. Next week, we have Mage Night for sure. Class Fire Chapter 4 to Aurora, most likely. I might push that off another week depending on how some things work out. Gloom of Kilforth, I'm at a place where I think I can get that on the channel next week. We're going to do the Wingspan Atoma as well as the plan for next week. So lots of cool things that you can expect in the next week. I'm going to try to stream all 5 days, so no guarantees on that, but kind of what you can expect. And then we'll see. It's going to be 4 or 5 days, I think, pretty much all of March, with the number of things I really want to get on the channel at this point. So this was super cool. Mike and Jonathan and Joey, Marcel. Who else am I missing? Who else was here? I know Sajid, made his standard cameo. Thanks for David Colmus here. Green Marth. Yeah, thanks for an awesome chat, guys. Do appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat again to Joey. I really do appreciate the extra support. He's already like a tier 3 or tier 1 patron. I forget how that works. But so again, the extra support again is really nice as we continue to try to, you know, save Farmingdale one of these days. I think I'm going to just stick with Epic Solo for a while because I don't see a need to really do that much more. Like, this is a really fun challenge, and I'm going to probably keep doing, when I come back to Zeds, I'll probably keep doing Epic Solo until I beat it, if I ever beat it on a live stream, and then we can kind of revisit the cooperative rules. I really do like the pressure events. It just makes for some longer games, and you can't do Epic Solo with. I mean, it's very much not recommended. You're jumping back 2 levels because I think there's like how do they work that they put that up here. Are you? Nope. I don't know. There's freaking 5 rule books, man. I can never keep this. Here we go. This is the one I wanted. Yeah, it's epic co-op or medium solo is the same level. Then it's super epic co-op or long solo, but it's not recommended for co-op. And then mega epic co-op or so. I'd have to go back to like basically the medium solo game, which has a lot less cards. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, 12 less cards. So you have that many fewer events. And there's just, you get the extra player action, but you're doing all that pressure crap. And I do like what that adds, but I'm really enjoying playing Epic Solo again without the pressure events for sure. But ah, man, I was like sitting there. I'm like, if I can just keep this together, get another hero. Get one of these rumors. These Iron Zeds were going to be a problem, though, man. I've had more out of all the Super Zeds. I've had more games derailed by the Iron Zeds than any other Zed. That the number of times they could just suck your actions away because if you're not rolling well when you're trying to do that damage, I really, really don't like the Iron Zeds. so frustrating, dude. It's the Iron Zeds. We got rid of. I'll tell you what's her name. We got rid of Noelle relatively painlessly, considering the those Iron Zeds were a big problem though. Dan Spice. Oh no, did Farmingdale fall? Just tuned in. I'll give you one guess. We made it to chapter 3 though, which considering how things went, and it's Mike's fault. So Mike said I was due for some twos, and I rolled 2 of them. So in like very quick succession, I rolled like 3 more over the course of the game after that too. So this is all Mike's fault, and so you can send letters to Mike Owens USA. They'll get to him, I promise. Farmingdale be dead. Yeah, dude. Oh, this game is so good. It's really good. And again, this was when I think about the things that the channel's given back to me, like this game was not on my radar until I started this channel, and it was recommended to me by ex Huntinator. What a recommendation that was, man. Definitely. I mean, it was my number 3 game last year. We'll see where it falls this year, but it's not going to be far off. I can. Yes, spoiler alert. Mike Owens, I'm sorry, and laughs. Dan Spice laugh out loud. Yeah, man. It's Mike's fault. Well, Mike, you're gonna have to live with this hanging on your conscience for the weekend, and hopefully forever. I hope you never get over this. So bad. But this is super fun. Thank you to everybody for joining me. I'm going to sign off and get ready for a fun weekend with Mrs. Playthroughs. Got some cool plans, seeing some family and seeing some friends tonight. So enjoying all of that coming up. Questions, comments, epiphanies, put them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And until next time, thanks as always, and happy gaming.
Solo.